Yes, sir.
Welcome, everyone. It's your boys.
Wait a minute, sir. That is not how we start. I say yes, sir, a couple times, and then what do you do? What? You bust through the curtain, brother. You've been doing it for a year. You forgot
By
to
the
bust
way,
through
we
the
got
curtain.
you got the bad background.
God.
Okay, wait, we got to cut this.
No, we're not cutting anything. Doing it live. We're doing it live. God damn it. Oh my Lord. Here we go. Virtual background. Boom. Whole time we've been sitting here chatting for about an hour. The whole freaking time.
And then we
I've had
get
that
here and
freaking
we
background.
blow the spot.
And we're doing it live and we mess up at the lockup. 2 shows in a row.
Whoa, brothers, that insider terms, I'm feeling like Hogan and Bubba right now. I'm feeling the connection
Talk
right
to me.
now.
Talk to me, Vern. Talk to me, Vern. We did the gimmick. We're doing the thing. Okay.
It's your boys.
There
What's going on?
There it is. All right.
Whoa. Sorry,
That was
y'all. We
rough.
let some of the fun of off-screen bleed on over to on-screen. And
26 episodes.
Fun.
26
yeah,
episodes.
Man.
Slacking
26
like
episodes.
What are we doing?
It is Vernon Somoza. What is going on? Wrestling manager, but most importantly, a wrestling podcast journalist.
Whoa.
I heard this used once, and I figured, you know what?
The WPJ.
It sounds good. Hey, it'll fit on a business card and to my proverbial left.
Touch it. All right. Touch those tips, baby.
It is the most original man in podcasting.
Say it again. You got to give me something else. You need 3 at least.
The man who has definitely never seen this before. The man who, when he does this signature pose, folks, you will say to yourself, my. Why didn't I think of that?
It's FCD. I might change down there to that. Frank Champ Dam. I'm changing it. I'm changing it right now. Here it is.
Fair enough.
Here it is.
Way too much tomfoolery for this early in the show.
Frank Champ Dam. Boom. The YouTube people see it. Frank Champ Dam right there in the flesh.
Champ Dam. What's happening? What's going on, man?
I'm like half the effing show. I'm not the whole effing show.
Yeah, fair.
That's how I look at it. I'm half the effing show. You're the other half. Oh, wait. You're the other half. Wait.
Word. What's happening, man? What's going on? It's a happy anniversary for us, right? 1 year. This is officially 1 year.
1 whole year.
That we have made it. Shout out to us. This is the Pay Window Podcast. We are on the... Wait.
You got it. Get your point right.
The Sandbox Podcast Network.
Yep, TSPN. Shout out to the big boss man.
Shout out to the big boss.
Couldn't be here tonight. He wanted to be here tonight, but we run too late for the big boss man. And he said, "Nah, I'm not gonna be there, brother." I said, "Okay,
all right,
fair enough."
I understand because we definitely do run late because we tell ourselves we're starting at 1 hour and then usually after an hour and a half of warm up because we got to be in the green room just shooting the breeze,
shooting it up. Yep.
So yeah, I do not blame him, but shout out to the big boss man, Brother Dell. DSP.
We do have a guest with us.
Yes, and this is exciting.
Second
time. Second time for guests, but the first time to us, sir.
So let's say this. First, let's give everybody the title. We did last time we were here, but if you weren't listening, it is not WrestleMania tonight. It is the Colossal Tussle.
Yes.
Okay, that is the name of the show.
Colossal Tussle. Thank you.
Colossal Tussle.
In dedication to the name that Vince McMahon originally wanted and fought for.
Yes.
Until allegedly Howard Finkel helped pioneer
WrestleMania. Thank you, Howard. Thank you, Finkel.
Thank you, Howard. Rest in peace.
Facts. Rest in peace. Speaking of rest in peace, real quick. We got to shout out big rest
Jerry
in peace.
Jarrett.
Jerry Jarrett. Rest in peace. Should we get that out the way real quick? Absolutely. We don't have anything elaborate to talk about, but I just wanted to recognize it. Timestamp it, put it on a date. I believe he passed away yesterday or 2 days ago.
I think it was yesterday.
Yesterday on Valentine's Day. So,
and if I don't remember it, the man who we're going to introduce will correct me.
Yeah, I'm sure he will because I know he's got it. He's got it already. So, speaking of that, I think I have to do this introduction.
Yeah, absolutely, because this is
my guy. This is my guy. It's my tag team partner. He's been mentioned. He's been mentioned on this show numerous times. I talk about him.
I fight with him usually all the time. Yes.
He is the Tommy to our Bully and Mark Henry. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Shay Cash.
Shout out,
That's me.
Shay
That's
Cash.
me. How you doing?
Ooh.
Congrats on the 1 year.
Hey, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, buddy. You got
You're
thanks, buddy. So, are you? I just got a question before you start. We'll peek behind the curtain. It's 11:44.
Yeah.
Shay.
Yep.
Are you ready for the ride? Because this is going to be a journey we're going to go through.
I am ready. Let's go.
Okay. So before we start, let him allow himself to introduce himself.
Word, man. Tell us about it, man.
Tell us who the hell you are, bro.
Word,
Shay
man.
Cash,
What do you do?
Shay Cash, pro wrestler since 2009. Promoter, New England Ring Gladiators. Booker. Little peek there.
You hear I said promoter? He said promoter. Because he's like, I'm a pro at promotion.
The booker of New England Ring Gladiators. I should say half the promoter because shout out Davey Cash, my uncle.
Yes, sir.
And and we run our own wrestling school, the Gladiator Training Academy out here in New Bedford, Massachusetts.
And
hold
on, big up New Bedford.
He forgot one thing. He forgot one thing.
What's up?
Decorated tag team wrestler.
There it is.
Shay Cash of the heavy
bit.
hitters.
Yes. I got to shout out.
Big up. Word. Technically, this is our first on-camera reunion since our debut, where we debuted during the pandemic. I think, right? We had our match that was during the pandemic, like close to the end, just outside the pandemic. Yeah. We had our debut where, weirdly enough, as long as we've all been friends, we have. And I feel like I met Shay like early on, like right when Shay started wrestling. I think I met Shay.
Yeah,
right. Like I'm pretty sure I met Shay literally when you started wrestling.
I think I met Shay at 26, so he was 16 when I met Shay.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Insane.
16 we met you?
16. He was young, man. He was in high school.
I was 15 when I started training.
Yeah, he was 15 when he started. He came down.
And I remember Rhode Island. I'm so glad he's on because you could hear it because he started training. There it is.
Started training. There it is. Gotta give a shout out to
that one time.
Shout out to my number one fan, Natty. Just I'll get heat if I don't say anything. So
I see the lust in your eyes, Shay.
You don't see nothing.
By the way, as funny as that is, watch that bump Hogan takes when Savage tells him, when Savage says, I see it. I see the lust. And Hogan just like, what, brother, no. Brother, no.
Brother, what?
Brother, what? And he says, brother,
let's
no.
Talk turkey. Let's talk turkey.
Brother, no. And he's just telling him, brother, no. And Savage just gets so worked up. And when Hogan falls through the table, it's just like the stuff flips over and Hogan plays dead. Best bump he ever took.
So I got a question
for you. Ever took.
I got a question for you, Vern.
What's up?
Did Hogan go while he was on the ground?
No, he went more.
For a reason, I always see him do this. I don't know why.
Well, all right. Well, let's talk about
someone had to see, and that's what Shay does. Shay works blue, brother.
That's right.
But shout out to you, Shay. What's going on, man? Thank you for coming on, for real. It's much appreciated to us. Yeah, man. Thank you. And with that, man, Frank, take us away, please.
So normally on our shows, Vern, we've been doing this for a whole year, episode 26. Again, Barry Horowitz ourselves, a little pat on the back. We normally cover all the topics that are going on, crazy rumors, or anything, a pay-per-view coming up, anything like that. That's what we normally cover. So last week or 2 weeks ago, we decided we were just going to tackle one topic for our 1 year anniversary. And this topic is probably a topic anybody would want to hear. Everybody would want to hear. And it's not the whole Bloodline saga, but the most important part of the Bloodline saga, which in my opinion was the last, he's putting the one up, which was the last year we've just watched. And this was with Sami implanting himself into the Bloodline and becoming the Sami Zayn we know right now. So Shay, I'm going to ask you, because you're my history buff, Mr. Shay Dreamer.
What's up?
Prior to April 22nd, 2022, which is where this starts, because I'm using the YouTube video WWE created for this. Prior to April 22, correct me if I'm wrong, Sami had a conspiracy theory gimmick that he was doing where he was filming a documentary.
That never came out. Got dropped.
Yeah. Okay. So that never came out. Okay. So thank you for helping me there. Now, was it you wanted to see that? It would have been hilarious. At WrestleMania, he worked Johnny Knoxville. in a surprisingly good match. Me and Vern covered
one of the matches of the weekend.
Right.
Probably,
I think
like so
geez,
good.
If I go back, I love how Vern's just cackling at everything right now. If I go back in the archives, Vern, it was our fourth episode. We talked about Mania ad nauseum. I mean, we were on for about 3.5 hours. And Knoxville and Sami Zayn had a match, and even we were like, man, we were surprised. I remember you at first during that match, you were like, oh my God, they're gonna do this hardcore nonsense. This is so stupid.
What would you call it? What'd you call it? You called it a death
did
match.
he call it a death match? Yeah, he called it a
what
death
is this death match garbage? What is this horrible death match fake garbage?
Right.
Yes,
he called it death match. We were all on the call. We all, for people who don't know, we were all on the call together watching like the big major shows for the most part. WrestleMania was one of them. So here we are, 22 episodes later. So it's about almost a whole year later. And Sami Zayn has positioned himself from working Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania to being one of the major key pieces in a storyline with the, see if I can get this name of the title right, undisputed WWE Universal Champion. Did I say it right? I get that right?
It's a mouthful.
Something like that. Hey, don't talk about that on the air. We don't talk about mouth. No, don't do that. Don't talk about how big it is on the air. Okay, Shay, stop that. No, you're gonna get me. You're gonna get a copyright struck for some reason.
All right.
Vern's in the middle, like nope, not touching that one. Okay, so this is pretty much right after Mania. This is Sami's story right after Mania. So this story started in the Vince regime, still carried over to the Triple H regime, and it is to where we are today. Am I correct in saying that, guys? I don't want to be incorrect.
Yeah,
I seen a Sami interview where he said him and Roman weren't on screen with Vince when Vince was still in charge. They weren't seen on screen together, and then once Triple H came on board, he started interacting with Roman.
I'm glad you said that because I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna talk about it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna recap stuff, and when we see something that's a talking point, we'll stop. If I see something, if I hear something, stop. If we listen to a soundbite from some of these promos during that, because we can only do sound bites because the WWE will come for us, right, Vern? They'll come for our heads, and this would just be a clipped video. We don't want clipped videos for this.
Well.
So, as I was saying, as soon as we go somewhere and you guys feel like you want to touch on something, we just stop and then we'll talk about it. So to start again, I just wanted to start with Sami had the Johnny Knoxville gimmick at WrestleMania, and then it turns into this. So on April 22nd, it was an episode of SmackDown. Now, like you said, during the Vince regime, Sami wasn't really seeing Roman. This is the first time Sami interacts with Roman Reigns as the tribal chief on camera. He approaches Roman and he's saying that he needs help in his lumberjack match against Drew McIntyre. And he gets a stoic, is that the word I want to use from Roman? Vern, it's your favorite pose. It's kind of like Roman off to the side. I want to see which way I'm going. Kind of off to the side, eyes all, all pissed off at the world. He's just looking off. He's not looking at you.
Ever
looking
at
Roman
you.
never makes eye contact with you.
Paul Heyman in the background.
Paul in the background, smiling with the belts, looking like an evil troll. Like Vern's doing it good there, right? But Sami approaches him asking for help in his lumberjack match. He calls himself. One note I made is that he called himself a locker room leader. Yes, that he was the locker room leader of SmackDown. Now, was he saying that a lot, Shay, at that time?
I don't remember. I
don't know either, because I don't remember him saying that. When I watched the video, I was like,
he said it a few times though. He kept saying, he goes, well, listen, as a locker room leader. Yeah, I thought that was so interesting because I was like
nonchalant.
And the idea of like, now I didn't realize they broke. I didn't realize he used insider terms like that on.
I think like they had him say that to like make himself look important to Roman.
Maybe. Because remember, Sami's gimmick then was a manipulative kind of guy.
Yeah,
but why use insider terms though? I'm a locker room leader back there, man. You know me, I'm a locker room leader, guys. You know, I hear guys talking about your own, but you know I'm a locker room leader back there, man. I'll put him in.
Just feel it back a little bit.
I feel like that's not like saying, yo, we're gonna work a gimmick. We're gonna make sure we keep kayfabe. You know, with Bubba the Love
You
Sponge.
don't want to bury a guy on TV, brother.
Right. We're not Bubba the Love Sponging it. All right. That's just a little lot. Everybody knows what they mean when you hear locker room leader. Sure. But if I say, hey, bro, we got to keep kayfabe when we do this gimmick out there. When you use the gimmick, make sure you blade, but keep the gimmick away from the cameras, brother. You guys know what I just said. Nowadays, half of the people know what I just said.
My skin shudders.
But 40 years ago, nobody would have had an idea what we said, right? But nowadays it's different. So I'd keep
Thank you,
locker
Hogan.
room leader. Yeah,
Thank you,
right.
Hogan.
Thanks, Hogan. Thanks, Bubba the Love Sponge. Listen, real quick, TNH has just killed my love for Hogan. I'll tell you that right now. Like any part of Hogan, not 2010 Hogan, 80s Hogan, 90s Hogan. And now that I see it, I was just like, all right, screw this guy.
Calls from jail. The calls from jail.
Ridiculous.
That's it. The calls from jail.
He's just good old Terry.
Yeah, he's Terry now. Terry Bollea. We're no longer calling him Hulk, bro. He's Terry Bollea from now on, bro. Shay, wait till you catch up to that, to where we are. Oh my Lord.
God.
It's crazy. Shout out to the Laps Fan podcast. Wanted to just give them a quick shout out. All right. So in response to Sami asking for Roman's help, he sends out the Usos. And when the Usos come out, Sami's elated. He's like, yeah, he starts dancing their music. Come on down. All that good stuff. And I still believe in that match. Drew won that match anyway against Sami. There's a lumberjack match. It is what it is. But as we continue on, 2 weeks later, May 6, 2022, Sami speaks with Paul Heyman. Now, this is what you were talking about. After that first interaction, it's just Sami interacting with other members of the Bloodline. I think this is also around the time, correct me if I'm wrong, Roman's really starting to take advantage of that schedule he's got, right? He's not there every week.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, right? Okay, so good. So Sami speaks with Heyman. He wants to let Roman know. He said, I don't want to interrupt the tribal chief. He's like, I want you to know that tell him that I'll deal with Shinsuke Nakamura. Okay? They wind up having a match, and Sami wins the matchup by countout. I don't know if you guys want to touch anything on there. Or I can keep going. What do you want to do?
So first, honestly, I didn't even remember that whole thing. Actually, wait, can I just ask you real quick before you get there?
Sure.
The Mania stuff, right? So
with Johnny Knoxville?
With Johnny Knoxville. Mm-hmm. I remember us being in the room and live, the match won me over live. Right? Because I definitely walked into the match to hate the match.
Oh, you were hate watching. You were Liv Morgan. You were Liv Morganing that match.
I thought it was gonna be great.
Right. Like I was ready to be like, this is gonna be the worst. I want to see a death match at Mania. Do I want to see a death match? This is ridiculous.
Death match.
Garbage. By the end of it, I was howling because I was like, this is phenomenal. I don't understand why I didn't like this before, but now I'm in.
Sure.
Then I don't get how that Sami, right? Because like the conspiracy theorists, whatever, like that whole thing with Johnny Knoxville was random as all get up.
Yes, it was.
It worked.
You know what it was.
It was for the grab, the bag, but like in the end, it works.
Yeah.
But to think that Sami Zayn, right? The guy, like I'm just thinking, like, what a come up, if you will. You get to go to have a feature match at wrestling. It wasn't the main event, but it was a feature match that people still talk about, blog about, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
That guy from that weird promo where he's like, help me out with the lumberjacks and the Usos come out. And I don't even remember any of that. So that was the thing that was new to me. I didn't realize that's how it began. Yeah. I, for whatever reason, just thought maybe they became friends or something. I don't know. Because them not being together seems strange.
Correct.
Right.
Now, and it's not even been a full year, which is crazy. It's been about 10 months.
But in my mind, they're like the Road Warriors at this point. That's like the Four Horsemen. They're the Four Horsemen. They've been together. They've been riding high, brother.
Yeah,
they've been riding high for years at this point. They won the Crockett Cup twice. Anyway. But that's Sami. I don't get how conspiracy theorists because it's this charisma.
Where'd it come from?
He's
always had it. He's always had it.
He's definitely always had it.
What do y'all mean when you say that he's always had it? How has he always had it for a guy who wore a mask?
Exactly.
How did he always have it then?
He expressed so much
as Generico.
Yes.
Sure.
Underneath the mask, his eyes, his like just facial expression still.
And he was able to pull you in under a hood. So why wouldn't he able to do that with storytelling, with good writing, with good input? You get what I'm saying? Or sometimes it takes somebody to pull that out of you.
Yeah. Just on his surface. Just maybe before we
From
discuss the
seeing
Bloodline
this
thing.
guy,
But just
turn into
Sami Zayn. You're telling me like Sami Zayn before where we're at, because I like Sami Zayn's promo today more than I think I like Sami's promo going back, because I honestly, name me a memorable Sami promo before the Bloodline stuff.
Okay, good question.
No,
Very good question.
Quote me one.
Oh, you can't.
But I can quote I can quote you phenomenal promos. I can quote you random promos, but I can't even think of a random Sami, like a funny line.
Before you go any further,
I'll say oh, my bad, Frank.
No, you're good. Before you go any further though,
sure.
Does that always land on Sami? Sami can only do what he's directed, right?
Well, if the rumors about Sami are true, then sure, because apparently he just wants to be a human puppet and only do what he's told. So yeah, or what he's allowed to do. So yeah.
Go ahead.
I just wonder what, like, he had the Mania match, right?
Sure.
Yep.
So what made them think like, all right, he did this, he did great, he carried like this whole segment. Now, why put him with Roman next after that? Pretty much.
I could be now that question. I think it wasn't supposed to be what it became.
Oh,
at all.
No, wasn't something over? Wasn't over catering, right? It was that they were hanging out over catering, and they were just like that. They like Sami or something said he saw Roman.
Usos and Sami have been around each other since NXT.
Yeah, but I feel like with the Sami Roman thing, I feel like I could have sworn one of them did an interview where Roman talked about it, and he said it was like something they discussed over catering. They were just like, yeah, maybe we should try it on screen or something. But like it was just something that like either he saw Sami at catering, they heard him or something, but it was something they just thought, let's try it.
They probably just had a good dynamic.
Some interaction. Yeah, it was some sort of interaction they had backstage that sparked this whole thing. Which is insane.
And I think maybe in April, Vince gave it a chance. And Vince was probably like, let's continue, but let's keep Sami away from Roman. Just like Shay was saying, how they keep him away for a while.
I guess I didn't realize, when did he transition from Commandante Sami Zayn?
Like right there.
Like, was that the moment? Did he drop the whole like green hat? Like, because I was like, I guess I didn't even remember him when I saw the first promo when he walked in with it. I was like, oh, I forgot he even wore that stuff.
Yes, and shortly after, if I'm not mistaken,
he went back to like the pseudo generico tights.
No. From there, he jumps. I'll tell you the one I was about to go to, the very next promo that he does with Heyman, which is on the following week. I could might as well bring it up now. I was gonna say Sami defeated Shinsuke by count out. So no, it's perfect. You asking that question and it rolled right back into this. That's perfect. So Sami won by count out that match against Shinsuke. The following promo, Sami, if I can just show a still, right? I can show a still. Sure. Sami is literally in a Bloodline shirt. Let me just grab a good shot of it.
Dang.
So
that fast.
So it was April 22nd. Then May 6th, they had a promo with Paul, and then this is May 13th, as you'll see here on the WWE vid. Let me just get that up. Bam, as you see right there. Right, he's in the Bloodline shirt right there.
Okay, okay. Wow,
so that's May 13th. Less than a month after we had that first
hard reset. Good for him. I didn't pay attention. That's a little detail that was obvious, but didn't even pay attention to it.
Which is smart.
So they hard resetted him. Okay.
If you wanted to separate him from what you just saw at WrestleMania, you had to get him out of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because they would have been like, oh, it's the guy that lost to Johnny Knoxville. And you would get no steam there. Right? That's the my thought process.
Yo, do you think is that what changed? Maybe is that what changed in my mind? They just changed the way he looked to me, and I'm like, man, he just looks. It's something different about him, because I could recall. This Sami Zayn sticks out to me. Sami Zayn with, like I said, with the green coat and the hat. Didn't even remember he wore that crap till I saw that first promo. And I was like, what the hell was he wearing?
That was all pandemic.
Absolutely. Yeah, let me go back and I'll go to right where you're talking about.
There's a book about pandemic wrestling I want to buy. Yes.
This was his gear. It was the gear he was rocking.
It's him being silenced with the on his pants, the logo.
Yeah, with the red tape over his mouth and everything, right?
Yeah.
Which it was working, but it wasn't like a main guy gimmick.
No.
It was like a side story, sidebar kind of gimmick.
It was comedy.
Yeah, absolutely.
the Bloodline, that iteration of the Bloodline. So they've been together since day one. They was always all three of them, always like a trio like that.
Jimmy
Pandemic
was
Wrestling
injured.
formed them.
Yeah.
Shay.
Jimmy was injured, so after Roman won the belt, he ended up.
The injury was that in conjunction with the DUI?
I don't remember.
Okay,
I don't know
because Frank and I had been discussing it off camera.
Yeah, Jimmy was hurt, and I don't remember how the feud started, but it's funny how like now, like, not to jump ahead, but like with Jay leaving the Bloodline, supposedly.
Come on, you're gonna ruin it like that?
You ruined it,
I didn't
Shay.
see it, man. I was waiting. Come on.
But it all goes back to the original when Jay was manipulating, when Roman was manipulating Jay in the whole.
I remember
feud.
that. I remember the whole.
Yeah.
I remember that part. Okay, because I remember the recaps of that.
So I'm not sure how. I don't remember how Roman initially started feuding with Jay, but it was after he choked out Jimmy, I believe, in the cage.
Yeah, in the Hell in a Cell.
That's the formula of the Bloodline is when he made him acknowledge him.
I believe yes, because that was the whole. That was the whole thing.
Okay.
I'm the head of the table now. I'm the guy.
Remember, he came out. He came out with his. Yeah, he came out with his dad. They gave him the gimmick like
and his top guy teeth, daddy. All right,
top guy teeth.
He came out with them top guy teeth.
Bars of soap.
Ooh, he was shining. He came out. Ding, ding. I was like, okay, Roman.
That shark bone was delicious looking.
So, and it was then from then on when he started feuding with Jay, he was just Universal Champion, then, wasn't he? At that point.
All right, I'm glad I've seen it. Then I have seen all that. I just didn't. I did not realize
and
that.
I do appreciate that's
that
like the
moment.
one.
Wow.
Yeah, and I do appreciate that's the one Roman trait he's had this whole time. Is just being mad manipulative.
And he's and it's the only story from the pandemic
that
has carried over into wrestling now.
Braun still does the choo-choo train thing.
No, he don't. No,
moving on. No, he's trolling. Moving on. Don't listen to this fool, man. Braun still does the choo-choo. What?
Yes, he does. He's still.
I didn't say
they don't play the sound effect, but I'm just saying.
Because
in the pandemic, right? They used to play the sound
stories.
Effect, no?
Did they play the sound during the pandemic? That's something I don't want to remember. Oof.
Yeah.
That hurts my chest. Ouch. Ouch. All right, moving on. So like we were just mentioning, Sami was speaking with Heyman to clarify sticking up for Roman, even though he wasn't asked. He did say this line. He said the relationship between locker room leader and head of the table needs to be synergistic.
So you started being the middleman.
Right. I was just like, wait a minute. He's over here trying to weasel. That's what he started off doing. Weaseling his way into the most over heel team. That's what he was trying to do. He was trying to just weasel his way in so he can be protected.
He did what you would want to do off camera, behind the sines. Camera.
It just so happened to be camera was there.
If we're being honest, he did the brother. You don't think there's a spot for me? I couldn't be like,
like bro, look, I'd really look good in that stable with y'all, bro.
I'm just saying, 4 people is better than 3. You can always think of 4 people. You can't think of 3. You feel me?
It's very true.
That's 100% the you got 3 guys in the manager.
I'll be the bump guy. I'll be the bump guy.
Right. You guys wouldn't even have to bump, brother. I'll bump for you. You know?
I'll feed the hot tag. I'm saying I'll give the hot tag. I'm willing to give the hot tag away every time.
Oh man, but no, that's a fact. That's definitely what he was doing. So here we go. We go to May 23rd, 2022. We're at Raw. We have this is the promo. I just made some notes. This is Randy's gone after this. They dropped the belts to the Usos, Riddle and Randy, RK Bro. And the Usos are now the undisputed tag team champions. Riddle comes out, cuts that promo where he's like nearly voice cracking, verge of tears, and they're getting interrupted. And then I believe it goes right into this match, if I'm not mistaken. It's Riddle and the Profits, and then Sami and the Usos in a 6-man tag.
Yes.
The only importance of this is that just little quick things. Most of this is focused on Sami, so that's why I'm doing this. The Usos leave them high and dry. And that's their first time having an actual match with each other.
Tagging, right? Okay.
Yes. The first time Sami has been with the Usos in this whole storyline here. You good, Vern? What are you smiling about?
Shout out to you on your Jack Encarnacio. Big up to the Labs fan, Shout out to them because you are doing it. I'm like, because you were hitting all the notes.
Oh my
god! Because you're doing it,
God.
and I'm playing it in my head. I'm like, you're hitting all the notes.
Give me your best Roman voice. Come on.
My best Roman voice? I don't know
Seriously,
if I can do this.
You just gotta do the voices with the promos at this point.
No, that's you then, because the other guy was doing all the W voiceover.
Sorrow, I can't.
He's hilarious. I love that guy.
Yo, but
I'm
like,
Taz. I love that he hates Taz. It's great.
But shout out to you because I'm like, my man Frank is hitting all these points in the match. Big up to you with the Jack Encarnacio impersonation. Shout out to you, man.
That's right. He's a real journalist.
Appreciate the work. I appreciate the work.
Yeah, he's a real journalist. I just took some notes.
I just wanted to celebrate you doing the work like that, man.
After 1 year, I better be stepping up.
That's all. I appreciate it. I will quit smiling over here because I like an idiot. I'm just like, damn, that's funny as hell. Because you really
I thought you read something funny.
No, I'm legit just smiling because I'm like, you're doing the Jack Encarnacio, yo, man. Shout out to you.
So let's all right. So here we go. It was the Riddle and Profits against Sami and the Usos.
Brother, brother, don't get behind me.
Whoa, don't roll me up, brother.
Don't roll me up, brother. Brother. Whoa.
What? You trying to roll me up, brother?
Shay, brother. Can we talk turkey? Guys, can we talk turkey?
3 days later.
Guys, can we talk turkey? Come on, guys. Listen, this is what I think.
Listen, dude. Okay. Go ahead.
Brother, listen, brother. Listen, this is what I think should happen.
Yep.
Brett's gonna win the match. Right?
Brother.
Right? He's gonna win the match, brother, but it's gonna be a count out. And then, brother, I'm gonna run in. Get this. Big boot, leg drop. I'm champ again.
Book it. That's good.
Vince,
I'm gonna duck this.
That's a WrestleMania ending right there.
That's a WrestleMania ending, brother.
I'm gonna have to duck this.
Wait, Brett lost. Actually, what am I saying? Brett lost, right? Yoko wins.
Brett did lose. Yeah, Yoko goes over. I let you cook.
Forgive me. Let me. I misremembered for a second there. It's Brett loses. Right to the face. Brett loses. And the baby face loses at the Mania main event because that's what everybody wants.
Because the real baby face won, brother. The baby face in your heart, all right?
Remember, though,
good old Terry Bollea.
Hogan didn't believe.
His name's Terry. Okay?
Hogan, actually, Terry didn't believe that the Hulk character could lose to Bret Hart. Bret was too small. It wasn't a big enough draw. You'll get there in the Laps fan, but Hogan did not believe that Bret could convincingly beat him. And that was his protest, and he protested so hard, he said, screw it, I'll drop the belt and leave the company. That's why Hogan screws up all the booking. He screws up all the booking. Remember the whole Luger-Bret thing? Yes. Thank you, Hogan.
Terry.
All that goes. Thank you, Terry. And that's why Hogan has to come back because then at the end, he wins when they come begging to say Hulk comes back to freaking.
Oh, please. Good old Mr. America. That's what we needed. All right, let's back on track.
Madison Square Garden, brother, for the crowd.
I seen that.
Oh my God! All right, so here we go.
Yes,
let's go.
Yes,
he was. Okay, Usos leave Sami high. Yeah, Usos had left Sami high and dry in that match, and he took the pinfall against Riddle. Riddle hits the RKO, and then we're off to the next show. So that same week, May 27th edition of SmackDown, the KO show. It's a great one. This is our first soundbite of the night. Kevin Owens says something really quick. I just want to point it out, and then I'm going to play the soundbite. Kevin says, with all this whole bloodline stuff, it makes you look and sound like a moron. And it kind of sets Sami off. And this is around the time where Kevin was trying to prove this. Now think of this.
Now, question. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Okay. I'll finish and then I'll let you ask the question. This is Kevin Owens storyline after working Austin at Mania. He's dealing with the whole Ezekiel storyline.
Okay.
Where Elias.
This kind of falls in with my question.
Okay, go ahead.
Is this Kevin Owens' babyface turn? Because he was a heel prior. So did his face turn start with the whole bloodline angle with Sami?
Yeah. Damn. And we don't get long-term storytelling in wrestling anymore, Vern.
That's what I've read online. That's what the basement tells me. Shout out to the basement.
Shout out
to the basement, you bottom feeders. Shout out to y'all. Y'all keep me entertained in the morning.
When I screenshot,
Milady, when I screenshot all your stuff and share it to the world. I love it. Y'all keep me entertained.
No long-term storytelling. But yes, Shay, I'm with you on that. That is the beginning. Right there on the KO show. I'm not gonna say anymore. I'm just gonna play a soundbite. If you guys can't hear it, please let me know. I just want to make sure it doesn't pop up on screen because We don't need that.
Facts, because if you see it on screen, we're donezo.
Man's coming.
Hold on. Okay, it should just play. All right,
fired.
Let's go. Oh, it's on mute. That doesn't help. Here we go.
You praise the Bloodline. You try to help them out. You wear their T-shirt. Makes you look and sound like a moron, okay?
Whoa. KO show's getting better.
So let's just cut this out and listen to your real friends.
Real friend, huh? Moron. You know what I was saying before? I was actually just being nice. Elias and Ezekiel are clearly two different people. Okay. Here we go. Truth. Okay? They're brothers. They look nothing alike. One has a beard, one doesn't. There's photographs of them together. Everybody sees that it's two different people except you. So who's the moron?
You're the moron. No, you're an even bigger moron now. Ezekiel and Elias are not the same. You're a moron. They're the same person. And you're not in the Bloodline, okay? You're not in the Bloodline.
You're a liar. You don't know what you're saying, okay?
Oh, no.
You're a liar.
You're a moron.
You're a liar.
You're a moron.
Liar.
Moron.
Liar.
Moron.
Liar.
Moron.
Liar.
Moron.
Liar. Liar. Pants on fire.
All right. Too far. Too far. Too far.
Sorry. Pants.
They're clearly not on fire. And you need to snap out of there. Okay, you know what? It's easy. If you're so tight with the Bloodline, why did they leave you high and dry on Raw? Huh? Or, you know what? It's so easy to figure this out. You're like this with them, right? Surely if I call out the Bloodline right now to join you, they won't leave you high and dry again. So let's just do it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bloodline.
Here we go. That's what we were told it was going to happen. Give him a sack. Give him a sack. That's how it works around here.
Maybe they didn't hear me. Maybe they didn't hear me. I'll say it louder. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bloodline.
Let's go.
Look, man. Sami. You know why they're not coming out? It's because the Bloodline couldn't care less about you. I'm sorry.
Whatever, man. You don't know what you're talking about, okay? Wow.
Could have gone a little further, but
okay,
that's the gist of it.
So here's the question that's been burning on my mind the entire time I was listening to that.
Okay.
Is that Matt Stryker on the call? Who is that?
That's Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee.
Oh, I thought that was Matt Stryker. I was like, Matt Stryker's back in the bed?
This is in 2010. This is an ECW, the new Superstar Initiative. What are you doing?
This is a mark out moment, bro. I'm marking out.
I'm marking out, bro. What are you doing?
Vampiro to my left. Hey, oh my gente.
Oh, man, we went there.
Out there.
A Lucha Underground reference. I love it. Okay. At the end, I just wanted to speed it up because they have a little moment where there's no talking, and Sami starts leaving. He says in one part, he says the Bloodline couldn't care less about you. I'm sorry. It's one big moment. Couldn't care less about you.
Your man dejected.
Oh yeah.
Moron?
He said moron. Okay. Well, you know what? Immediate pettiness.
Yo, is that
Ezekiel?
Is that all it took?
Call him a moron.
Is that what it took though to like? Is that the breaking point of the Sami and him relationship? Is that the seed?
That's
planted?
that's the
Is that the mega powers exploding right before our very eyes?
Him calling him a moron. Yeah.
Him calling him a moron and saying.
But think about it. Think about it. If me and you were having a conversation, right? Excuse me. Me and you having a conversation, and I'm calling you an idiot. I don't believe your philosophy or your thought process, and you had that petty mindset. You'd be like, you know what? Screw this guy. I'm going to prove him wrong. I don't care if he's my best friend or not. I'm going to show him. It happens. It happens. No, so it's believable.
It's a goodie. It's a goodie.
Yeah.
Did you like the banner back and forth?
Oh, of course. It sounded like two children, and that's what they wanted to get off. When he called them liar, pants on fire, he said that they're not. They're clearly not on fire. But it's funny. They were trying to be funny in the moment, which is cool. I'll take the levity.
You heard a few people chuckle.
Yes.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing I feel like people don't get because some people are like, oh, it's so corny. But I'm like, but if you listen to the live audience, because that's why I was sitting there like this, and you hear the live audience, there's
hear them laugh.
chuckling in the crowd.
Yeah,
people are laughing. So
that
for
means it
y'all
got
who
across
grown,
good.
it's a little comedy in wrestling. It's not bad when it's back and forth. I was like, it felt like they weren't reciting lines, right? It didn't feel like it was like we're rehearsing.
Off the cuff.
Right. You're a moron, you're a liar. You're a moron, you're a liar. Liar, liar, pants. Like, what grown man would say that? It's hilarious to hear that.
No.
That's just is what it is. It's
So
not
you feel
like
it was unscripted. You don't feel like that was necessarily scripted word for word?
it is May. It is still the McMahon regime. That was probably highlighted in yellow.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Suffering succotash.
Someone scripted liar, liar, pants on fire?
You never know.
Well, good for Kevin Owens at least being able to say back, they're clearly not on fire.
They're clearly not on fire. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
They're not on fire. So
Okay. All right.
I do want to point out something. In this same episode, Sami Zayn becomes an honorary Uso. He approaches
that was all
Jimmy
the
and
same
Jay.
episode.
Same episode. Wow. Crazy, right? He approaches Jimmy and Jay, talking about, maybe I can help. Maybe I can be a part of the bloodline. And Jimmy goes, Jay goes, yeah, okay. And Sammy's like, well, I'm not talking about you guys are blood. You guys are blood. I couldn't do that. You guys are blood. I just maybe I can be an honorary member.
Yep.
Jimmy's like, oh yeah, that's cool. Honorary Uso. And it's like, wait, there it is. He became honorary Uso. So back in May of 2022, the bug was planted of being, hey, maybe we should make him an honorary member. And I believe, do you believe at that point in the storyline, right, with that you are watching on TV breakdown every week? I looked at it like this. I said, oh, they're going to just use this guy. They're just going to use him for whatever they can. And then once it's time to be done with them, they'll be done with them because they're the dastardly heels. And that's just what they're going to do. And people would love to see Sami get dealt with that way with what characters we saw at that point. Am I wrong in saying that?
Do you think with the inclusion with the Kevin Owens show that the plan was maybe to do a tag match down the line? And
I don't even think then.
You don't think so?
But you don't think the plan's always been where we're headed, where we are right now?
I don't think so. Really? I don't think this is what they thought. Do you think that they did everything they've done so far just to get to a tag team wrestling main event at WrestleMania? Tag team title match main event at WrestleMania? You think that was the initial payoff?
I think from the beginning, if the payoff isn't Sami and Kevin reuniting as best friends on the grandest stage of them all, Daddy-O, to win the belt off the Usos, because Sami's not beating Roman.
But I don't think they even had that as a thought process at all. I think they were just kind of like, let's see what happens next. Remember at what time this was happening? It's May.
I bet you that became a thought process more around the Survivor Series with the
when we get there.
War games.
Don't you? When we get there.
Okay.
When we get there.
Okay.
I'm spoiled. Yeah, we're about 5 months away. All right, slow down. Actually, 6 months. Slow down. But yes, this is where and I wrote down in a note that Jay didn't like it from the beginning. You could tell from the jump, Jay was just like
kills it with the facials. Kills it with the facials.
And
Great
that's one
facial
big
reaction.
thing about this whole storyline. The guys sell it with their body language as opposed to just their words. And we'll get into that when we get to take off the shirt. Oops, my favorite promo. Okay, so here we are, 6/3/22 SmackDown. We had Riddle and Shinsuke versus the Usos for the undisputed tag belts. Sami helped the Usos win when Riddle was going to go for a super RKO off the top rope. Cued Roman's music, stopped them because I think Roman and Riddle were about to work each other, or they were on the verge of working each other, I believe. And one of Roman's few SmackDown appearances. He plays the music. Usos, I think, right there started using that blind tag from the top that they use a lot nowadays.
Have they
always been? I feel like lately they've been doing it more often than not.
Nah, for years.
I do remember the time where they would when they were baby faces, one would do a dive, and while they're diving, the other one would tag the hand. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. They've been doing this distracted slap of the back or slap. I know Vern gets hot at this. You wanna know why? Can I tell you something? You want to know why Vern gets hot at these different types of tags? Because Vern only wants this tag. That's it. That's the only tag Vern wants.
And the rules of professional wrestling, as stated by in the Book of Pro Wrestling, by the NWA, states a tag is only permitted when what happens, Shay?
But can you explain
wait,
your
wait,
dirty...
wait, Shay, wait, Shay, wait, but finish the question. Finish it. How is a proper tag, Shay? How is a proper tag done? The person on the mat holds their hand, and the person in the ring initiates the contact. The person on the outside can't just grab your hand and slap it. That's not a tag.
Have the tag rope too. What about the tag rope?
You have, like, person on the outside has to have hold of the tag rope, both feet on the mat.
Yep. Not on the rope.
Not on the rope. Both feet firmly placed on the mat. Hand grabbing the top, the tag rope with full hand on the tag rope, and you receive a tag. The daggone, you don't just slap somebody. You don't slap one on the back. You don't nothing. It has to be hand-to-hand contact.
So all those old Midnight Rockers freaking Express versus the Fantastic
with back tags with back slap tags with back slap tags with the back slap. The hearts
the blind tag
the blind tag that the Midnight Rocker the Rock and
Roll Express.
They were the baby faces.
The Rock and Roll Express. The Rock and Roll Express would always with a hand behind the back.
I'm talking about the heels.
And the heels, same thing with the heels. Oh my God, the Midnight Express would always do the blind tag, but it's always done always with a hand. Always with a hand. No, I hate the back slap tag. The back slap blind tag is disgusting. Makes no sense. The slap your foot tag, it's disgusting. Who does it? Makes no sense.
I don't think we've ever done that one, Shay, have we?
No sense to slap a person.
We've done this one where we reach behind ourselves.
Yep.
Like you have a hold of a guy, you reach back and I tag you.
Again, but you can reach behind. You can still reach behind yourself. Fine. You can I'll accept that. I'll accept the not having to. I'll accept that.
What about this one?
No.
Me and Shay have done that.
It has to be a hand-to-hand slap. What is wrong with doing a hand-to-hand slap?
Nothing, absolutely.
And if you don't have a tag rope, you have to have a hand on the top turnbuckle. Either way, there's rules to wrestling for a reason because it helps create and tell the story. It's simple. It's not hard.
I just want to hear Vern rant.
Why allow people to slap each other in the back? Because blind tag, slap on the back, blind tag. Because that finish is at this point. That finish has been
Did that start in the 90s? The blind tag, the one where the guy's hitting the ropes and you tag him on his back.
You're running the Rockers. I feel like the Rockers were the big WWF team that made it popular. Was the Run?
Okay.
They were the first team that anyone remembers doing a blind tag like that. But the Midnight Express would do it all the time on their shows.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
But the Rockers, I feel like, are the first. What do you think, Shay? I feel like the Rockers are the first team to do it on WWF TV.
Is that Sean breaking the rules again? That dang Sean.
No. Oh, you're saying the backslap tag?
Yeah, the one where like guys hitting the ropes and his back your partner hits the ropes and you just reach over.
Because even that tag, you can see guys in old tapes doing it. They reach up and they'll reach up with their hand. They'll run back and they'll slap the hand.
Do they really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not just they slap the back.
Tag.
They'll go
touch any body part. Tag.
One of my pet peeve about that. You have somebody in the hold. Why are you letting go?
For the tag?
Yep.
Like you got a guy in a headlock and then you
letting go. You give that guy the whole opportunity to just get away from you right there.
That's why when we always did something like that, we made the guy break away.
That's when you should break away.
Makes sense.
The guy lets go break away.
Just to switch off. If
they don't hold, you're not in like an arm. If no one's working,
you don't have the S
control.
You don't have the
S grip. Got arrest control. Nothing. Go ahead.
You ain't got it, man. All right. Just wanted to hear Vern rant. That was great. Great rant. Here we are. We are at so we go absent. I don't know what the WWE decided wasn't worthy there, but I don't believe
so
from June 3rd to August 5th that there was no interaction with the Usos and Sami Zayn in them, because that goes right to August 5th. Which is odd because Jay in this August 5th episode, I have the soundbite for this. Jay lashes out on Sami for not pulling his weight. So how did we go from Sami hitting the button in June to 2 months later he's not pulling his weight? What happened in between them?
Maybe a lot of similar segments, and they just wanted to get to the main point of it.
They wanted to get to the meat and potatoes. It could be that. That could be why. It's just weird that I saw that and I was like, wait a minute. All right, I just want to get to where we need to be. All right, boom, here we go. All right, so we got this soundbite. This is Sami and the Usos in front of it just says Roman Reigns. Let's say the Bloodline locker room. In front of Roman Reigns' locker room, and Jay's about to call out Sami Zayn. So I just want to make sure everything's good. And I'll mute y'all in a second. Here we go.
I got to go talk to Roman now before he's got to go out there, okay?
Look, it ain't going to happen tonight.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? Come on, man. You're giving me the runaround all night. Come on, man. Am I part of this group or not? Am I not the honorary use?
Hey, you want the truth? The truth is the Bloodline leveled up at SummerSlam, bro. Roman 2 titles. Usos 4 titles. If you don't start pulling your weight around here, Us, we're going to make you take that shirt off real soon.
All right. I just wanted to make sure we weren't missing anything. And Vern has officially taken off. Vern taking advantage of the 3-man booth tonight and just off. 9 times out of 10, he probably went to go pee. I bet he went to go pee. Anyway, so yeah, did you hear what he said? I wrote a note on that. We're gonna make you take off that shirt real soon. And I'm like, now I know what happens. I mean, it happens about a month later, just about a month later, a month and some change later. But to hear it there now in the recap, I'm kind of like, oh wow, they put that little inkling there, even a month and some change ago, that they said, we're gonna make you take off that shirt real soon.
Yeah.
So and you were mentioning this off air, Vern. Did Jay not level up as a promo guy during this entire run?
Jay lives up to his main event Jay nickname, yo.
That is a fact.
He lives up to
it. Now you bring that up, main event Jay. Do you think Jay would be able to hold a main event spot on his own?
I think so.
So how does he get that nickname? Why does the internet call him main event Jay? Why does he get that?
They started calling him that when he
early pandemic days, because he was in those matches. He said, I'm gonna make you a main eventer, Jey Uso. Like, he kept saying stuff like that. So that's where he became main event Jay.
I think at this point with his character and his promo, I think he could pull it off. I think he could split from Jimmy and he'd be fine.
I think, unfortunately, Jimmy would be the Marty in this case. Yes. Unfortunately. There's nothing wrong with Jimmy. Jimmy can go.
Can I ask you, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm so glad you said that.
Here we go.
Saying somebody's going to be the Marty.
Yes.
Right? Who's the Marty of the group?
Yep.
Why does that work?
What do you mean, why does that work?
Why is that a question we can continue to ask post Marty Jannetty? Who's the Marty of this group?
I think it's just like anything that it just carries.
Look at it. Usually in a tag team, either one person excels, neither excels, or it's very rarely both excel individually. In that case, I'm trying to think of a team.
Legacy. Cody Rhodes,
but hold on. They're not a tag team.
Wait.
Go ahead, Vern.
I guess this is a part of this part that there's something we're all leaving out about this whole, like, you're the Marty of the team.
Yeah.
We do all remember that they were building up for the big match, and then Marty in real life
screwed up. Just to say, he messed
up.
Yes.
And then that ruined Marty's career. That's when people say, who's the Marty? Who's the thing? I'm like, who's the one who's going to ruin their career because their personal problems ruined it? Because again, Marty, no. But that's what I'm saying. But that's just it, though. Everybody says the Marty, but everyone leaves out the fact that the reason Marty's career took a dive was because his personal life took a dive, not because he was because he was a bad in-ring, because he was a bad in-ring.
Actually, his cage match rating.
When
he had a singles match against Lee,
he sold the wrong shoulder at Royal Rumble '93, and Sean had him fired the next day. All right.
Actually, when he went through the barbershop window, he was supposed to put his right arm up, and he put his left one up instead. So yes, that's why Marty's Marty. Yes. But no, you're being very nitpicky.
No. But I'm not. Yes, though. No, I'm not. Because I feel like everyone uses the who's the Marty, but I'm like, why are we doing that? Like, I'm just saying, I feel like that reference of Marty is so misused because, again, still, Marty blew the spot because Marty's personal life. Not because
if he didn't, would Marty reach Sean's height?
All right, thank you. Good question. I don't think he does. I don't think he does.
What if?
I don't think he does. You think Marty becomes a dope promo? You think Marty becomes the guy everybody wants to see? Marty Jannetty?
Hey,
They gave him the IC title run.
All right, wait. Marty wasn't over. We're all gonna pretend the Rockers. Okay,
the Rockers were over.
Marty came back in '93, won the title from Shawn on that Raw, right?
When Marty goes through the barbershop,
still couldn't get over.
When Marty goes through the,
he was over.
No.
But he wasn't. The fans liked him, but he wasn't over.
Once Marty pulled the Marty, it was all over. It never. I'm just saying, had Marty not pulled the Marty and the match happened at SummerSlam '93, I think I think the analogy would never work.
I think it would still, as long as he was a failure. All you're asking when you say who's going to be the Marty is who's going to excel more than the other partner. No one is saying who's going to start doing drugs and be the worst.
I think there has to be a better analogy. I just think Marty doesn't work. I think that in the totality of wrestling, Marty doesn't work.
Shawn becomes the star.
I don't know.
Shawn is the guy. And
I think who's the Cena, who's the Nexus is better. That's what I'm saying.
Bro.
Who's the Punk? Who's the Nexus?
I'm out.
Cena Nexus. Yeah, hey.
I do this to Frank all the time. I do get him so bad.
Shay, this is your show now. I'm out of here.
All that buildup. Do you realize I had all that buildup just to throw that in there?
Did he just say Cena and Nexus?
Watch. We'll keep selling.
I have a better one.
This is for the off-site fans. Watch.
I have a better one. Who's the who's the hook?
Are you serious? Are you serious right now? You said Cena and Nexus.
No. I'm sorry. Who's the Punk in Nexus? Right. That's who I meant to say. The leader. He's the Punk, and they're the Nexus.
No, bro. Give me the.
I think that's better because
Punk okay. Nexus is Shawn. Marty is the core. Okay. Does that work for you? Who's going to be the core?
Is that better? Okay.
Sure.
Wait, what was the group that Punk had and then all the other guys just disappeared?
He had the new Nexus.
Okay. So then who's the Punk? Who's the Nexus? I think that works better.
You do that. Moving on. We're going to get back on track.
I'm just saying, Shay, don't you think there's a better version? I'm just saying there's got to be a better version of this. Marty and Shawn doesn't work.
Yes, it does.
If you look at it, it doesn't work.
Yes, it does.
Because Marty was
You're being too literal.
Marty was over. You can't say
when was Marty over?
When
was Marty over?
Marty was
watch the barbershop window scene. Listen to the crowd. The crowd,
who were they rooting for? Who were they cheering for?
Marty goes through the window. What were they silent? They all sat behind.
I didn't say they were silent. Nobody
cared. They were just
they were cheering for Marty, right? Off of what? Off of being a successful team with Shawn. Am I correct?
You got sympathy.
All right. There we go, Shay.
Off the blood. Again, but you'll never know what it could have been because we never got the match.
What's
never a payoff?
What's the line you use when somebody returns and their pops keep dropping? What do you call it? You call it something diminishing returns. Yeah. You don't think Marty would have been a victim of diminishing returns after the barbershop window?
Who knows?
I think he would have.
You'll never know.
Oh my God.
They were tearing up the house show circuit. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You'll never know.
I just think
there's a better version.
He was going to be carried on his work rate.
Moving on. Oh my God. He's doing it on purpose. I know he is.
When you were off camera, I was like, I said, Shay, I'm literally doing this because I know it's going to get him so angry. Sorry. I said, this is literally an entire just long bit I've been waiting to do.
Oh, Shawn.
But seriously, I just think the Shawn and Brett, the Marty Brett thing doesn't work. The Marty Shawn doesn't work.
You're wrong. Absolutely wrong.
Who's the Anvil? Who's the Owen? How about that?
Who's the Anvil? Who's the Brett?
No, who's the Anvil? Who's the Owen? Remember when Anvil and Owen were both wearing the freaking the gear? The matching gear?
No. I remember the Heart Foundation. I thought that's what you were talking about.
Wasn't that Owen and Coco? High Energy?
Is that what I'm thinking? Oh, okay. Forgive me then. Then Coco, the High Energy.
That's why exactly. That's why.
Who's the High Energy? Who's the Owen? Who's the Owen?
Hey, Coco's a Hall of Famer. Damn it! Don't you do that? He's a Hall of Famer. Okay. Don't you do that? Okay.
Owen had a tournament. All right.
Owen had a tournament, okay?
And two belts.
Yeah, okay. Don't you do that, all right? It's Shawn and Marty, you know what? And we're leaving it there. We're moving on. You're not going to trigger me anymore. All right, where the hell are we? August 12th episode of 2022, SmackDown. Sami Zayn leaves the Usos after being attacked by McIntyre. They're all cutting a promo outside the Bloodline locker room, of course. And Drew comes out of nowhere and starts putting the beats to the Usos. And you see in the background, Sami kind of hits the boogie. Usos confront him later on in the night, and Sami says, I was going to get security. W answer. I was going to get security. Pro wrestler talking about he's going to get security because pro wrestlers beating up other pro wrestlers.
And Drew does say, but with the one thing which I was like, I didn't catch it the first time I saw it, but Drew does say Sami, and he does make it seem like he's like a psycho.
Yeah, like here's Johnny or something, right? Yeah. Very strange. So Jay says this one line, and he says, should I do my Jay impression? He says, if you don't step up, Boost, you'll get left behind. Right? Was that a good Uso? Was that a good Jay?
I can take it.
I probably got to scream more, but my kid's asleep upstairs. I ain't trying to wake her up. I'm not trying to get a text of
a little
shut the hell up.
Brother.
A little more emphasis on oos.
Brother, don't work so stiff, brother. Brother.
Sorry. I got to work on it.
Stiff, brother.
I got to work on it. So later on in that night, and you mentioned that while we were off air, how Jay goes to Jimmy and says, hey, man, let's go out there and go call out Drew. Right? You said you don't see that more like often. Usually,
I dug that. I appreciate that little touch, quality of life touch. Just all right, man. Let's go to the ring and go call this person out.
Yeah,
thank you.
Oh, hey, now there's a reason why you're coming out to the ring.
It makes everything alive.
That silly Dom Rhea thing where they got the camera and she says she's like Poppy, can we just not have cameras tonight? But mommy,
you're recognizing.
Yeah, like mommy, come on. I have cameras follow us everywhere because we got to have this on tape because prison life. Yo, when he said, "Mommy, I know how to make toilet wine," you know how to make. I was like,
that was great. All right.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I know sidetrack, but
no.
But again, just to say, I appreciated that little quality touch that he said. That she was like, "Let's not do the camera," and he just stopped and he's like, I always have those. So
what about the chicken finger line? W.
Would you guys do a Judgment Day episode?
We might have to.
And you get to praise Damian Priest all the time? I'm in.
I'm just saying.
Slow that down, Shay.
Big Shay dog. You may have to come back for the Unforgiven episode.
The Judgment Day. He said Unforgiven. Wrong
pay-per-view. Wrong pay-per-view. And it was one of them. I was gonna shoot for it. I was gonna go hard. If I don't botch the name, who am I?
Yeah, that's your gimmick. That's literally your gimmick. On the bottom, now that we have name headlines you can put, you should just put name botcher.
Only you can do that. Only you can.
Wait, only you can?
No, you Daddy-O.
Really?
Oh, by the way, you can. We should have said this before. You can listen to us on all sorts of audio platforms.
Here we go. My fault. What am I doing?
Where we at?
Damn, there it is.
There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, Amazon Music, Radio Public, Stitcher, and we'll say it at the very end. We'll remind y'all. Shout out to y'all, Sandbox Podcast Network. Come on back.
That's my bad. I didn't have.
No worries.
Now it is hour in. That's fine.
Hour in. That'd be a great insert for the commercial when we start going big time. Right, so we're gonna insert the commercials.
We start getting sponsors and all that. Bam.
There you go, Daddy-O.
All right. So during that, Nancy, what? What's the other?
We'll have to start pretending to use products we don't care about.
Today's.
I'll be like, yo, hot dog water. Man, before I had hot dog water, I used to get fat drinking water, but now I lose weight and get hydrated.
I love drinking my Schweppes ginger ale.
Hot dog water.
Did you just do our hot dog water ad?
Yeah, use our code over at hot dog water ad. What is it? We're
hotdogwater.com/PWPod.
PWPod, hotdogwater.com. Go
Save
PW
yourself
Pod.
50% on your first order.
Yo, 15%, y'all. Big up to y'all. Those are our subscribers. We appreciate y'all. All right, man. Go ahead, Frank. I'm done with the copy.
All right, boom. Good. I'm glad you did the read. Good. Hey, listen, that's practice. So in response to what Jey Uso said to Sami takes a bullet. I call it a bullet for the Usos when he receives the first Claymore of the night. It was post-match shenanigans, but Sami goes out of his way to take the Claymore for the Usos to prove his worth. The following SmackDown 8/19 episode, Sami talks to Roman about Jay. So, just like you said, Shay, April 22nd edition of SmackDown, Sami and Roman were seen on camera. Yep. All of what I just said happened. And August 19th, 4 months later, we get this gem of Sami Sami finally getting into the room with Roman. Now, I don't know if you remember Vern or Shay, but Sami was always trying to just get into the room. Because if you notice, the first time they interact, it's in the public locker room. In that locker room that you always see the closets behind them and stuff. But now he's got his private joint.
Level up. By the way, how they've built that to like the fact that remember back then Sami acknowledged it, even in the pandemic. He said, "I know you guys got your locker room and the regular guys' locker room. I'm the locker room leader," and he could drop that, and it was just like, wow.
Yes.
Actually acknowledged it, like you already have your own locker rooms. That's why I got to keep coming over to your place. Yes.
So
nice
here's
touch.
Roman. Here's Roman, and now an office like this or a locker room like this back in the day would have been like Vince's office. Would have been like that, but now it's Roman's. It's
or
Roman's
GM's office.
Yeah, or like a GM's office. It would have had a plant somewhere or some nonsense.
The plant. I was gonna say, I was like,
always a
plant.
The pay-per-view poster in the background.
Yep. Always. Now he's got the little. Hold on, I'll just.
Or that weird divider thing, that fake divider that they would always have in the back shots as well.
To make the room smaller.
So he's got the casting couch now. Usually the casting couch was saved for Vince's office or the GM's office, like y'all said. But now he's got the casting couch here. So let me get it off the screen so the WWE doesn't come for us.
My man said the casting couch. I don't think we want to have that website on there too.
So,
I don't think we want to talk about casting couches and Vince, yo.
Listen, maybe. Let me stay away from that. Let's
about to sign an NDA.
We're gonna have to sign an NDA real quick. Hey, I'm here for $3 million. Hey, let's talk about it.
Touch me. On record.
Say, sir, should I duck that, Vern?
Yo, again, the Colossal Tussle is going down.
It is the showcase of the Immortals, baby.
Showcase of the Immortals.
All right, here we go.
We could have had the Colossal Tussle 30. What are we on? The Colossal
39. 39. Oh my God. We dodged that bullet. All right. So Sami, Roman in the room together, August 19th edition of SmackDown. Let's listen to Sami plead his case about Jey Uso.
These past few weeks, especially, I feel like I've been getting into it with Jey a lot. Jey, he's on me, man. A couple of weeks ago, he was really going to town. He was yelling at me, you got to level up, Bruce. You got to level up, Bruce. He actually spit a little bit, too, when he was screaming like that. Hit me right in the eye. He didn't even say anything. He was like, you got to level up. He's acting like I'm not carrying my weight around here at all, which is really pretty annoying considering last week he was about to get a Claymore kick from Drew McIntyre. I slid in and pushed him out of the way. I took a Claymore kick in the face for him, for the Bloodline. But does he even send me a text? Does he give me a call? He is so ungrateful.
You're right. Yeah, I've been saying it pretty much. He doesn't appreciate anything.
He doesn't appreciate anything. Thank you.
I love him. He's my blood. I love him.
Good guy.
But why are you talking to him?
I actually
should be talking to Jimmy.
Jimmy's a
should have been talking to me.
Just
give me a second. I'll be right back.
Stay right there.
Stay right there.
I will hang out right here, Oos. Oos, hey, your phone is ringing.
That's me?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Oh my God, it's Jey. Yeah. Jey.
Answer it.
Answer it? Okay. Hello? Try Roman Reigns' phone? Yeah. Yeah, it's Sami. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. No, I'm in here with him. He told me to pick up. Okay, let's just keep it down. Let's keep everything. Just bring it down a minute. Oh, yes, just don't scream. I will tell him. If I'm being honest, now's not a good time, Moose. Okay, I'll take care of it. Okay. Oh, okay. Just he is screaming. I barely understood a word he said. I'm sorry. Just screaming.
What did he say?
He is up here all the time. He was like, "Oh, we're trouble at the oh yeah, trouble at the border." I don't think they're going to be here tonight. Yeah, that's what he was saying. They're not here tonight.
That's not good.
But you know what? I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
I am here, right?
What do you got going on?
I'm in a 5-way #1 contenders match for the Intercontinental Championship.
Really?
Yeah.
IC title, huh? I tell you what, that thing would look good in the bloodline.
Right?
Right, unmute, and unmute. Wow. A little long, but that we had to get all that in there.
Levels. There's levels to this.
Sami, that again, Roman did the whole peering over. We had this conversation earlier. The way they shot him, Roman looked like the dominating force in the conversation, while Sami kind of looked like the small guy with his shoulders tucked in, kind of timid on what he wants to say. When he called, you guys can't see the video, but I'm sure you guys seen this video and the promos live. He calls Jay ungrateful, and it kind of gets a reaction like a what you call him, and Sami kind of like, ooh, I went too far, and then you get that pregnant pause, the classic Roman vintage pregnant pause by this point, and then he just says, you're right, you know, he doesn't appreciate anything, and he doesn't appreciate anything. It works so well watching Sami and Roman.
And this is why I love like how it's like low-key showing how like all along it's been like the backstory's been more Sami and Jay than anything.
I feel like Jay is more the focal point than Roman.
Jay's the more important puzzle piece in all of this.
Correct. And as we'll go along, we'll start to see why, because we're getting there. I don't want to screw the pooch too soon. That same night, because again, now I don't know where they were, but he said trouble at the border. So more than likely they were in Canada. And the Usos aren't allowed in Canada. So
okay. So question, just long-term storytelling.
Sure. That doesn't happen.
Did they deny them? Did they deny them the border entrance just so they could have them they could get them in for this next one? Because apparently they've has it not been the rumor that they're going to be allowed in for this next one?
They're not gonna be there in Montreal.
They're not being advertised?
No, they're not there. I could have sworn they said something that they're not going to be there.
Oh, okay.
They said it on Raw, right? They said on Raw that they won't be there.
They were. Okay. Because I was like, yo, wait. Okay, I thought they were going to be. All right.
I
didn't realize they announced it. They had already announced it because I hadn't heard officially that they made an announcement because
I think Heyman said it, right, Shay? I think Heyman said it.
I'm not sure.
Somebody said it. I remember hearing it. I was like, oh, that's how they explain they're not going to be there.
Then forget everything I just said.
Drunk facts. Were you going to say anything, Shay, or should I move on?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. That same night, Sami Zayn takes another bullet for the bloodline. He takes one for Roman. So Roman can then capitalize on Drew as we were getting close to SummerSlam, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Clash at the Castle.
In August? Clash at the Castle?
Yep.
It was that first, then SummerSlam?
SummerSlam.
So many pay-per-views. Hold on. I wanna
get it.
I think it was SummerSlam first. Then Clash at the Castle.
Nah, it was Brock and Drew.
No, I'm with you. But yeah, SummerSlam was in July this year. That's right. It's weird to hear that it was in July, not August. So this is a few weeks removed, and then they had Clash in September. So they really didn't have an August pay-per-view because they did SummerSlam July 30th. Very strange. Usually SummerSlam's late August. So
August, yep.
Very weird. But they also did what pay-per-view this year? I think in October. And then they had Survivor Series shortly after. Am I not mistaken? Did they do something like that? Like they were in Saudi or somewhere. Then before you knew it, Vern's
they did the Hell in a Cell like in March or something. It was something
weird. Yeah, something weird. But yeah, moving on. He took another one for him, setting up the Clash of the Castle match. Go ahead, Vern. Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
Oh, no,
you came forward like you were going to say something.
Sorry, I was adjusting my
speech. You good. So August 26th episode of SmackDown. I just have one note that Sami said to him. He said, "You can count on me for anything." That's one note that I put there. I was like, "Oh, you count on me for anything." All right. So August 29th edition of Raw. This is the same Raw. I just saw this when I was looking it up. This is the same Raw where Raquel and Aaliyah won the tag belts in the main event.
Oh, I remember.
This is one of the first few weeks. This is the first few weeks of the Triple H regime. I should have mentioned that.
Making the titles important.
Right. Because in July was when SummerSlam was. So that's when Triple H finally took over as creative. So yeah, they won it in the main against Damage Control. Am I going crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat him in the main event. And then
Swerve,
Aaliyah,
bro.
then he got hurt. Then she got hurt, right? Aaliyah. He said, "Swerve, bro." Bro, the title's just a prop, bro.
Bro, if you're switching the channels and two guys are having a ladder match, bro, you're gonna say, I'm stopping. What's the ladder match? What's on the pole? Bro, what's on the pole? I gotta watch this. I want to get them watch on the pole.
Can I tell you something?
Shoot.
I'm just gonna bring this up and shake it attest. It's super random. WWE 2K22 GM mode, I think they call it, right? My GM.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's literally Vince Russo booking simulator.
Yes.
Oh,
100%. The only way you get
Flash
good ratings is you have to do gimmick matches. It's the only way.
Or if you're Frank, or if you're Frank, you spend money and bring in a legend like The Rock. And
yes, and that's the only way.
Blow everybody else out the water. So,
yep, it's
no
literally all it is.
with you because you have
you brought in the guy. That's literally the Vince Russo booking simulator. I just again another crazy tangent. Me and Shay had one Raw vs SmackDown, and I winded up. They let you book jobbers, and you can sign them the permanent contracts, like just random people they created. I forgot the guy's name, Shay. Who's the guy I took? And I gave him a promo.
Remember.
Every week, I gave this man a promo.
Feuded
every
with Cena.
week.
Feuded with Cena.
And he got the feud with Cena.
First feud ever?
His ratings go up.
Promos, and the popularity rises. And as the popularity rises, the people want him booked more. So I was like, oh, I'm putting him up against Cena. At first, it was Kofi. His first feud was Kofi.
Okay, I was like,
and he kept calling out Kofi. Finally works Kofi, gets squashed because he's a jobber. And then after that, I started working him with Cena. Had to get him over. Had to put a rocket.
All right.
Had to strap the rocket to him.
All right. Okay.
It's a swerve, bro. It's what the people want.
Vince Jr. Okay, sure. I guess we'll just strap the rocket to him, kid.
Listen, when I saw that jobber, I looked at him and I said, "There's my John Cena."
You said, "Brother."
So I booked him against John Cena,
brother.
Put that on like sharp.
Brother, did you see what I see there, brother? I see somebody I can beat. I can draw money with this guy, brother.
I can draw money with this guy.
This is a giant I can draw money with, brother.
Okay.
Brother, you know how to wrestle, brother? No? Just listen to me. Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Just listen.
Just listen to me. Just
all right, so let's get back to this August 29th Raw. Okay, so Kevin Owens worked Jey Uso that night, and that was the night Jey wanted Sami to interfere. He kept pushing him, get the chair, right? This is important. This is why I'm bringing this up now. Tell him to get the chair to help him. Sami hesitates. And in that hesitation, it caused, Jey to lose the match to Kevin Owens. So that turned into some turmoil and all that nonsense. And they went all wild on each other before I think Solo breaks it up. Or Jimmy. I think Jimmy breaks it up between them as they're going up the ramp. Then we don't get anything until
question.
Sure.
Is that the first time Kevin Owens was involved in a feud since the promo with Sami?
Yep.
So
liar pants on fire right there.
So right off the rip, he just started showing like hesitation to doing anything towards Kevin.
Yes, because they're still friends. There was no he just called him a moron. He called him a liar. And then touch each other forever, and then here we are here.
Okay.
Okay, so then there's a 9/16 episode of SmackDown. And this is the beginning of Logan Paul, Roman Reigns. And this is where Logan Paul invites Roman to a press conference. So on that same show is the promo where Jimmy and Jay are hyping Solo up because Solo's about to have his match for his NXT North American title against Madcap Moss. And he goes, Solo gets to talking and says, nah, man, y'all kind of slipped up earlier tonight. And he said, I don't need y'all out there. Then he looks at Sami. He says, yo, Sami, you coming? And Jimmy's like, and Jay, Sami hits that face. Of course. And he comes walking out. Jimmy and Jay got these sniveling looks on their face, like, you sons of, like, you know what I mean? Ready to tear everybody's head off. So Sami is now winning over Solo. Not only has he won over Roman with, he doesn't appreciate anything, he's won over Solo, right?
Quiet one.
Right. And he's already won over Jimmy because it was Jimmy's idea.
He's got that shoot fighter physique.
And then he won over Jimmy initially, honorary Uso. Won over
high five
Roman.
with Jimmy? They're doing the high five?
Yes, they're not even doing that yet.
Okay.
As far as I've seen, let me say that. Won over Solo. Hasn't won over Heyman. Hasn't really interacted with Heyman. And Jay, we already know how Jay feels. Which brings us to one of the most memorable moments of the entire Bloodline saga.
Oh, here it is.
With Sami Zayn. I think it's going to be a long one, so buckle up.
The reason we came out tonight, folks.
Seriously, this is the moneymaker right here.
Yo, Shay, shout out to you, man. Thanks for staying on with us so late, man. Appreciate it.
It's 1 a.m, Shay. Shay's here.
I know, man.
With us for the long haul?
I'm awake.
Shay's up. Shay's up. As soon as we're done, he's gonna be like, all right, y'all, I'm going to bed. He's gonna pass right out. He's gonna look like me last weekend. Shay,
that's
chill,
me.
chill,
That's
chill.
gonna be me. Once it's done, gotta go to sleep. Gotta work in the morning.
All right. All right. Let's go.
The Colossal Tussle.
All right. Ready now?
Yo, I'm probably gonna go take a break real quick then.
Did you do your thing? We're gonna let it run.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. All right. No, but I want to hear this though. This is the freaking best.
Of course. I'm gonna start it right now.
What's going on here, man? Why you got our shirt on? Why you tagging along this whole thing? What's this about? What do you want? Well, I'll tell you what I want. I want you to take that shirt off.
I don't know if you're kidding or if you're not kidding. If this is about what happened with Logan Paul last week, I can explain, okay? I just don't make any rash decisions.
Last week, Logan Paul, when you disrespected the wise man, we're talking about last week. Sami, I'm not going to tell you again. Take our shirt off. Now. Jay. I don't want to see you in that shirt ever again. Do you understand me? You ain't ever gonna wear a Bloodline shirt ever again. Because I got you a new one.
Wow. I guess welcome to the family.
Anything you want to say?
Yes. As a matter of fact, there is. I acknowledge you, Tribal Chief.
And with that, the Bloodline is stronger than ever.
Just wanted to stop it there. One of the best promos of the year. Take off the shirt, Oos. Take off the damn shirt from Jay.
Yo,
ripping it off.
When he ripped it off of him, you
Yes.
felt the tension when he finally got a chance to grab it and put his hands on it and rip it off. He was rejoicing.
Hey, what about this? Which is hands down probably. I'm trying to get it. Hold on. Which is hands down probably one of the best memes of 2022. If I could get it, man, I'm trying. This is probably the best one I'll get of it, which is this right here of just pissed off Jay at like, man, the look. I was watching Jay more this time, and even Solo smiled in this promo as I was just watching it. Solo smiled. I didn't even notice that, but Jay's off in the corner like a pissed off dog that he's the one that got swerved.
Oh no, yeah, that's the best part of it, is that Jay's the one who gets swerved.
Right,
Jay was so into it when he got hyped.
Oh yeah,
he was
ready
bouncing,
for the beatdown. Ready
he
for
was
it.
like, yeah, I can't wait. And then when he seen him pull the shirt, the disappointment.
I got you this. Yeah,
you could taste it when he
you
said,
"See him."
His face just
looking
straight
at
up. Your man just was just like, wow.
Hold on.
If he could talk, it'd have just been him going, bruh. Bruh. Him is going, oos. Ooh.
So this is good. This is good. I'm glad
and Frank cut
I got this. This is right when he throws in his shirt, smiling Jay.
Yep.
For the audio listeners, I'm just showing Roman tossing the shirt to Jay. And then hopefully I can get this for 5 seconds later. Oh no, hold on. I can't do it without hitting play. So hold on a second now. Wait a second. Give me a moment.
We do not own this footage.
Yep, we do not own this footage.
Doesn't matter if you say it. You already know.
You can see
Jay he's already looking at him.
Side eye. So if I were to interpret how this possibly went down, right? Roman disclosed the information that he was going to do
something,
and didn't disclose all the information to his bloodline members. He's the tribal chief.
We're getting that shirt off of him today.
Yeah, we're gonna take that shirt off of him, brother. Don't worry about it. We're gonna take care of this clown.
That's wild.
The swerve was out because we're taking care of him. Jimmy liked it, Solo liked it because he won them over. But Jay's like, what? I thought we were done with this. It's already been 5 months. This is September 23rd, 2022. We started in April. So it's been 5 months dealing with this dude.
100%. That's where they swerved me with the story. Because at that point, remember, I was like, oh God. Now the swerve's gonna be that Jay's gonna be like, all right, choose him or choose me, and I'm out. And I was like, oh God, that was predictable.
So now
I never saw the okay. When I saw this, as happy as it made me, I said, this is the kiss of death. They're done with the angle. I said, it's it. The angle's over. To me, that was the kiss of death.
That was the pay. That was it.
So
payoff was there, and
the payoff was them acknowledging him. And I said, okay, this is this. We've officially hit the peak.
And we're done.
This is downhill.
Crazy.
So I will admit 100%. I said this was the kiss of death.
So my initial reaction to this was because we've been watching wrestling for Lord knows how long as we can remember, right? We've been watching wrestling. You see something like this happen, you got to tag along with the heel stable. What's going to happen? This heel stable is finally going to just get rid of them when they want to. See you bye. They're going to do it in a terrible fashion to give Sami or the babyface a lot of sympathy for his run against the big bad heel, right? That's what I thought. So when he said take off the shirt, I said, oh, I guess we're done now. I guess this is it for Sami. That's how you felt, right? I said, this is it for Sami. I was like, that's it. And then he said, because I got you a new shirt. I was like, oh, I did not see that coming at all. Never saw honorary Uce shirt pop up at all. Yeah. And normally you would have seen it. Let me pop this up because it's another still. You would have seen somebody in the crowd with an honorary Uce shirt. So because usually they sell them as soon as they're going to debut them. They did not do it with that.
I'm with you 100%. That's just it, right? Like, here's the thing. I feel like we talked about it on air that I said this is an impossible situation.
Yeah.
Where are they going to go with this? You've written yourself into a corner.
Yeah.
Because damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? They accept him. He's going to become a member of the Bloodline. What the hell is that about?
Right, what next? Like, what are you going to do with
They reject him. And then so when they ripped the shirt off, I said, same thing as you. Oh, it's over. It's over, deal. Right? But I was fine with it being over because that's a logical conclusion.
Yes. Yep.
The shirt was like, oh.
Damn.
Again, and as happy as I was when I saw the shirt, oh, this is over. Peak.
This is nothing better than this.
This is it.
Crazy.
This is it because I'm a smart fan. I'm a smart nerdy fan. Said, oh, okay, I get it. Jay's gonna quit the group now, or Jay's gonna threaten to quit, and that's gonna just strive.
Yeah,
so stupid.
That's gonna be
all that for that. I'm gonna hate watch it now because I know I figured it out,
which is crazy. Got us all
again. Never seen any of this coming. They literally swerved me at every corner on this.
Oh yeah. Anything you want to say, Shay, before we go on?
Nah.
Good. We touched all bases there.
Pretty much.
Okay, so we had to take off the shirt Uce promo. The video then jumped to October 28th. So we're gearing up for Survivor Series here. I don't remember the exact date of Survivor Series. If one of y'all can get that. This is the October 28th episode of SmackDown. Appreciate it. This is the Brutes, the Brawling Brutes, which was Butch and Ridge Holland defeating Sami and Solo Sikoa.
November 26th.
Okay, so this is about a month away before Survivor Series. Thank you, Shade Dreamer. Yeah, how many people were there?
How many people were there? What was the game?
Where were we? Where they go? Oh, they're at the Garden.
I'm on Wiki. I'm on Wiki.
I'm gonna say they're gonna give you all that information.
You went to your WON subscription. Come on, stop it. Go to your
attendance. It says 15,609
in the Garden.
And parentheses disputed.
What AEW fan from the basement went in there and went, actually, it was 13,348.
The janitor.
They're counting the WWE staff members.
Wait. Dave Meltzer
of
the Wrestling Observer newsletter would go on to rate a majority of the matches 3 3/4 stars or higher, with only the SmackDown Women's Championship match receiving negative responses.
I heard Dave Meltzer.
Wrestling.
I heard Dave Meltzer and fell asleep. I'm a narcoleptic when it comes to Dave Meltzer. Wait, but I did hear you say something about the SmackDown women's match. Was that Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey?
Bruh, it probably was.
Again, listen, women's wrestling, Dave. Of course, he's got.
Oh yeah,
he
doesn't like women's wrestling.
It was even worse. It was Ronda Rousey and Shotzi.
Oh, that match was rough though. That wasn't a lie. That DDT on the apron on the outside, even Ronda buried it.
No, sir.
Even Ronda buried it. All right, let's keep going. Ooh, okay. So after this match, this is what I was asking you guys about earlier. So this October, so take off the shirt Oos is a pivotal point in the story. Yep. I think this is another pivotal point in the story. This is the I don't give a damn what the tribal chief say.
How long was that after the shirt angle?
A month.
Okay.
October from the September 23rd to October 28th.
A month.
So it feels like they're hitting beats month after month. Like
they're
making sure. Boom. All right, this is the big thing for this month. This is what's going to happen.
Carry. Damn. Boom.
So this is why I said to you, Vern, I don't think from back then they thought it's going to be a tag match in Mania.
Okay.
Which is what it's looking like it's going to happen. But with this storyline, we've had so many twists and turns. I'm not sure at this point. They might say Sammy's in the main event with Roman and Cody out of nowhere. Who knows?
And I wouldn't be mad. Like
it would
I would 1000% be angry. Shut your faces. Don't even broach the subject.
You want your one-on-one with your favorite mid-carder, don't you?
Ooh,
my favorite mid-carder is better. Yo, if that don't have adrenaline in my soul playing at the end of Mania,
You're gonna cry.
The WWE again.
It's back. Like, this was for Dusty.
It's back.
Going to AEW. I'm done with the WWE. That's it.
I'm gonna record a video for my Instagram page. I'm gonna open up of me burning all my WWE merchandise. I'm done with it. All these years I gave to you, Vince. How many years did I give to you, Vince? You owed this to me.
30 years, Vince. I've been watching you. And this is what you do. Cody wins a re.
Are you willing to lose me as a fan after 38 years? You're willing to lose me as a fan? Like, yes, he's willing to lose you.
Yes, yes, because guess what? There's some 7-year-old who just started watching wrestling that'll be another fan for 30 years. So yes, we sure can't afford to lose you. All right, so
he left.
He dipped. We told him we could afford to lose him, and he dipped off on me. Now, what's funny is this is the most replayed part of this video that we have that the WWE gave us. So again, this is the I don't give a damn what the tribal chief promo. Promo is. We also get Usi out of this.
Yep.
So let's
and the face. That's another one that has another meme face.
So we get 3 things in this promo. I don't give a damn what the tribal chief says. Very Usi, and we begin to watch the Bloodline break live on TV. All in this one promo. All right, you guys ready to give a listen? All right, let's do it. Oh, it's muted. Damn it. Let's go back a little bit.
Watch Mania.
It might be about to explode. You know the difference between you and me is? I shed blood for every single one of my family members in here because it's my family.
Oh, we're not muted.
Oh, will you do it? Will you? I'm asking you a question.
Why are you yelling at me, huh? Why are you yelling at me? I'm trying to make peace. The tribal chief said he wants peace.
I don't give a damn what the tribal chief said.
Hey, Roman, hey. Look, what Jay just said was super, super messed up, but he didn't mean that. He didn't mean that, right? You didn't mean that. He didn't mean that. Roman, seriously, he did not mean that, okay? Look, Jay's been going through a lot. He's gone through a lot. He's just not himself right now. That's it, okay? He's just not, lately, he just hasn't been very oozy.
Is that what's going on here? That's the problem, Jay. It's because you're not feeling. It's because you're not feeling oozy. Oozy. No, stay right here. Stay right here. This is what we're gonna do. If you can't find your inner Uzi again, I'm gonna do something you ain't gonna like. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take that honorary away. And I'm gonna make him a full-blown oos. No. You know what? No. If you don't figure this out, we're just gonna change his name. You wanna know what that name's gonna be? We're gonna name him Sami Uso, y'all.
We gonna call him Sami Uso.
I love how low key treating Sami like a little child.
Treating a little child. Look at that
like
face.
A little child.
Look at that face, Vern.
That's it. That's my favorite
That's
Sami
the
face.
meme-worthy Sami face.
That
man.
face is just.
I think from here on out, we get the bloodline we saw up until
the
Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
From right here, October 28th, and everything else after this is the bloodline we were all starting to love. And what's the word I want to see? Treat them as baby faces, pretty much. Yeah. They were getting a way more positive reaction.
We were in on it.
Oh yeah. That's what happens when the fans are invested in the story. That's what it is.
Yo, Shay, what was your take on Jay's face, man? When main event Jay, like when he says the line and he just drops the mic immediately and just straight up goes and just looks down and is just like, all right, yo, and does the slow like he's considering what he just said.
See if I can get that.
I messed up.
Duck that, Frank. We have to.
I heard that. I peeped that.
A little bit. My bad.
No, you're good. That's fine. That's what the ducks.
It happens. It happens.
What the ducks. Literally
First couple of episodes, we both did it ourselves.
Yes, sir.
I messed up.
I tell you, it's helped him. That has helped in my shoot life.
But
brother,
it just
see, I'm working here. I'm working in the biz kids.
But that whole thing wouldn't have worked though without the backstory between Jay and Roman in the first place from the pandemic era.
Yes. So he goes. Let me see if I can get that shot.
But the whole facial, though, the facial when he was like this, he was just like he was looking down, and he tried not to he refused to look Roman in the eyes.
So that's the I don't give a damn.
Yo, and he was just so tough looking. I was like, yeah, yo.
Or look at the vein. Look at the vein in his neck right here. For the audio listeners, this is the shot of when Roman picks his head up after I don't give a damn what the tribal chief says. And Sami and Jay are face to face with each other. This is a very good shot.
And look at Jimmy. Jimmy in the background.
Jimmy's like, oh no.
He the corner.
Did he just say that? That's exactly what
it
was.
Eye contact with anybody.
Look at the woman wide-eyed underneath the rope.
Right here?
Snap. Yeah.
Like, oh, he didn't just say that. So he goes from this, right? And I just want to get it off the screen real quick. He goes from this to this look that you were talking about, Vern, where Roman looks like the head of a wolf pack, and one of the dogs or one of the wolves disrespected him, right? I don't know if you ever seen those kind of videos or anything, Discovery Channel, anything. Pack of dogs, there's one leader, and you do not disrespect the leader.
Yep.
Okay, the leader barks on you, you don't look him straight. The dogs don't look him straight in the eye, right? This is the same exact shot we've got here. Roman is staring a hole into Jay. Jay can't even look at him.
Yep,
and Sami immediately just goes, hey, he didn't mean that. Because he knows what Roman is capable of, right? We all know.
Yo, you could see the sweat like in my mind's eye. It's like if this was a cartoon, Jay would have been the meme with the water just pouring down his face.
Yep, he'd be
immediately
Jordan Peele. He'd be that Jordan Peele
in the meme.
Yep.
Like,
oh yeah,
what, bro?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just seeing this look right here, and as Sami's becoming this baby face now, right? We're 6 months removed from WrestleMania. He's become this baby face in this story, and he immediately comes to the guy's aid who disrespects him every time they're out there. And he immediately comes to his aid just to try and keep the bloodline together, because he's not trying to be the cause of conflict. That's all I interpret here. He's not trying to be the cause of conflict. The entire time he continues to just be the good guy and be in the good graces of the bloodline. Right? That's my pickup from it.
He just wants to fit in.
He's that kid that just wants to fit in. Jay, I'm so glad you said that, because we are at Survivor Series, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost there. We're doing good time, Vern, if I'd say, especially with the tangents. Survivor Series is here. We won't talk about the entire War Games match. We did that already, right? Mm-hmm. We're just touching on it. We'll just go right to the finish.
The whole match doesn't really matter until the end anyways, if you think about it.
Correct. I mean, it's a great, nothing matters until the finish. Like what you're saying over here, like, because there were little things in the match.
The thing that pops out to me about the match is when Jimmy goes to go make his entrance and Roman stops him.
Yes, it's all storytelling from the beginning, because remember, there was a part where Sami, this was right before, I think, War Games, right? Where Sami and Kevin Owens had a conversation, and Jay overheard it.
Overheard at the door.
And lied. They didn't, which is weird. They didn't put that in the video. They should have.
That's important.
That's very important in that part of the story. So it does miss some spots, but it has
it's
a lot
perfect.
of the
right,
perfect. Of course. So Jay not confronts, but goes to Roman about it, and he said, I'm really gonna test him. And then he does what you said, Shay, where Jimmy's about to go out, and Roman doesn't say a word. This is why Roman's such a great heel. He's a mob boss. Right. He doesn't do the hits. He just lines him up. He just stops Jimmy from going with the hand, points to Sami, points out there, you go. And it's like, ooh, it's all you needed. It's all you needed. That's why I love pro wrestling, because you don't really need words all the time. Body language is enough. Yep. And it's a beautiful thing when it's done correctly. Sami goes out there, and the match ensues. Then we get to the end. I don't have a soundbite or anything for this. And it starts where I think Kevin Owens hits the stunner on him, goes for the cover. 1, 2, Sami stops the cover. He grabs the ref's arm. Very good way of breaking it up, because you don't want Sami and Kevin touching, right? They don't touching at all.
And you don't have to bump the ref. You don't have to do anything crazy. Just
and he wasn't
grab his arm.
Either. It was perfect.
And he wasn't in view. That's one thing I've always loved about the WWE. They show you what they want to show you. You know what I mean? But
the tight shot sometimes does give it away, because like when they go to the tight shot too soon, it's just like, all right,
right, of course. Yeah. But it's not for us who's been watching it forever.
Correct.
You got to remember this. If this is what do, they shoot it for the first time viewer, right?
Every week.
That's what they do. First time for somebody's first time. So that's a good way to catch someone's attention, because they focus on what they want you to focus, and then boom, out of nowhere you see Sami there. But if you were at the live show, you would have seen Sami getting up, Sami getting into position to stop it. But anyway, Sami stops the count. They go back and forth with each other. Jimmy goes for the super kick. No, sir. Sami goes low. Boom. And from there, does he do it? No, he doesn't do a Luva kick on him, does he?
He does.
He does. And then he falls into him. Right? falls into him, looks at Jay, throws him to the ground like a dead body. It's like he shot him. It's literally like he shot Kevin Owens and just said, "Here you go, guys. You guys can do what you want with him." And Jay goes off the top. Boom, cover. 1, 2, 3.
He shot his best friend. He shot his best friend to prove his loyalty.
He gives it to Jay to get on Jay's good side finally.
Right. He does it with Jay. I'm trying to see if I can get to the shot of that where he just leaves him on the mat for the Bloodline to take over, but I doubt I get that shot. I do get this one, which is not a bad shot. Share this tab instead. Here we go. Boom. This one here, which is towards the end of the show. So that's another good shot of them in unison. Because remember the big thing that happened after, right? It was Jay and Sami. What happened? What are you saying?
Sami's face. Go back to that picture. It almost looks like, I don't know if it's just maybe the point, like at the moment you caught it, but almost kind of second guessing himself almost.
Like, what have I done? Well, remember, think about what he just did. That's again face expression.
Yep.
Think about what he just did to his boy.
Face. Yeah.
Right. I mean, look at him here.
I like the analogy you said, like he shot his boy, like he shot his best friend, and he's like, "What I was willing to do what it took to be part
of the good graces."
Finally got into the gang, got initiated.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what it was, and Sami should have that kind of look on his face. It's like, oh my god, I just did this to my friend just to fit in with these guys, and it's like,
man, wow, weird. I guess if I didn't consider that, then if he does that here. Does it diminish then what he does at the end of at the end of the Rumble?
No, change of heart.
Because if he's already shot his friend once, what he came back to shoot him a second time?
No.
Because we all just said he shot his friend here right at the War Games.
It's we'll get there, but it's the way they did it.
Okay. You say because I mean I guess in a way like. They do the same thing again. I had to consider it until we're talking about it right now. I guess in a way you could say they did the same thing twice.
But they want to, I think.
Yes, no, absolutely. They took it a step further. I get that, but interesting. Okay, go ahead. Anyway,
all right. So we'll move on. We'll go to. Okay, I have a soundbite for this. I think this one is actually a very long soundbite. Let me see. No, it's the next one. Okay, the 11/28 Raw, which I think was the very next Raw, the Raw after Survivor Series. Kevin Owens comes out, cuts a promo, says he's all set with Sami Zayn. He's kind of like disappointed in Sami. We'll get to that. I'm just trying to talk so I can fill me trying to get to the time. So all right, everybody ready? I'm just gonna play the promo, let him get his talk on. All right, and volume good, and boom.
Before you do something stupid, like come out here and try to fight me.
Oh, no. That's not why I'm out here at all. I'm out here to tell you, Sami, that I totally get it. I really do. I completely understand why you chose to do what you did on Saturday. I do see, because how many times throughout our careers have I done the exact same thing to you? How many times did I turn on you, that I stab you in the back, whatever you want to call it? So I get it. I'm not mad at you. I can't blame you for it one bit. So I'm not here to fight you. It's actually quite the opposite, because see, since Saturday, I can't help but think about how for 20 years now, 20 years, our careers have been linked to one another, but man, after Saturday, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to team with you. I don't want to write the shows together. I'm just done. I don't want anything to do with you.
You know what? That's fine. That's fine, pal, because guess what? I feel exactly the same way. I don't ever want to team with you again. I don't want to fight you again. I'm okay if I'm never in the same room as you ever again. Do you understand me? Because I don't need you anymore. I have family now.
I'm genuinely happy for you with everything that's been going on for you the last few months, because finally, everybody out here, everyone in the WWE universe can finally see just how great Sami Zayn is. I've known it for 20 years. And to see you get the recognition you deserve, I love it. But Sami, here's the thing. Doesn't matter how many times they tell you you're in the bloodline, and it doesn't matter how many times you call them family. Just remember this. You're not their real blood, and you never will be.
Okay. A lot to digest there.
I love the immediate pettiness of Sami coming out right after what he said.
Yep. He's like, oh, that's fine. I don't. So one note that I had.
I never loved you anyways.
Let's see if I can get that visual. Yeah, that's exactly what that was.
By the way, you weren't my first. I just said that.
Hold on. I'm trying to get that shot. Okay, perfect. Okay. So this was the visual that I got here, right? This is what I saw. This is what I see, right? Great shot of the boys, of the Usos, right? It's a good shot, right? So the note that I had when I saw this, I said the visual looks like KO, Kevin Owens, is the old nerd friend group that Sami left for the cool kids.
Yep.
That's how I look at it. I'm like, okay, especially at the end, I don't need you anymore.
Yep.
And he said
Sami leveled up.
Right. You're old news. You were the friends that I hung out with when I was a dweeb in school, and we used to get picked on because we played I don't know, Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh.
We were wrestling fans because we were wrestling fans.
Sure, let's do that.
Stop it.
Let's do that because we were wrestling fans, and now you're hanging out because you play basketball. You play on the basketball team, and now you're hanging out with the basketball kids. It's literally what it is. It's what it feels like, and I feel like Kevin Owens' promo had to be bullet pointed. There's no way that was word for word scripted because it sounded too real. When he bigs him up, when he gives him his flowers, when he says, what's he say? He's like, I'm genuinely happy for you. I'm genuinely happy for you because for 20 years I've known you, and now everybody's starting to see how good you really are. I think that was like legit. Like, okay, I'm gonna say something really nice about him, and this is my chance to do it. I'm gonna shoot from the hip and be straightforward. Did y'all not get that vibe?
Yeah,
that's what I figured. So yeah, it did work. It was good because what happened?
That was a rare Frank yawn.
That was a burp.
Oh, I thought that was a rare Frank.
I seen a yawn.
A yawn. I burped.
Thank you. I saw a yawn. Thank you, sir.
Roll the tape back, yo.
Roll the tape back. Roll the tape back.
I literally burped. I just drank water not too long ago. I burped. Stop it, y'all. Stop it. All right. So here we go. We're in December now. December 9th, 2022, SmackDown. Jay tells Sami about a big night that he's going to have. Let's get to that. This is I feel like that other promo was a lot longer, but maybe I'm bugging. These dudes' reaction. Hopefully, this is the whole promo. Yeah, it says Jey Uso tells Sami to get spruced up. So let's hit it.
My God, look how Uzi he is. You see it? Jay, are you feeling Uzi? Man, Uzi juicy, man. Oh my God, man. Even Jay's come on, let's go. Hey, yo, you know what I'm thinking? What? Get a little food, a little wafizi to the heezy. You know what I'm saying? You paying? Solo, look, you paying? Look at me starving. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. All right, let's do it. All right. Love y'all. Come on, Solo. Here we go. Wafizi to the heezy. Hey, we'll meet up with you. Hey, you know the tribal chief is coming next week, right? Yeah. So it might be a good idea, bro, if you trim the hair or the beard a little bit. Taking number 3 here. Trim my hair? Why? What are you talking about? I'm saying, man, after War Games and how you've been leveling up every week, I think next week in Chicago, man, it's going to be a real big night for you, Woos. Yeet? Yeah. Yeet. Trim it up. Big night, Oos. Tonight, the tribal chief is going to take away the honorary Oos and make that man a full-blown Oos.
Man, you got him all dressed up and everything, man. I don't think Roman's gonna make him tonight. And did you at least talk to Roman? It's cool, man. It's gonna be good. Man, you know how the tribal chief is. You know how he be. I mean, since Monday and Kevin Owens popping up, hey, honestly, I think we setting Sami up for a big disappointment. Tonight is gonna be a good night. Okay, it's all good. Yeah.
We got a KO problem. He's a problem, Sami. He won't leave you alone. He won't stop stalking you. He won't keep dragging you down. And if he's a problem for you, he's a problem for me. If he's a problem for me, he's a problem for the bloodline. But don't worry, the tribal chief has got a solution. Because Sami, you and I, we're gonna team up. And we're gonna have a tag match against KO. And he can find anybody he wants, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna smash him. We're gonna smash him. We're gonna get rid of him. And we ain't ever gonna see Kevin Owens again.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Even after all this time, he continues to drag me down. He's a cancer. He betrays everyone in his life. I mean, for crying out loud, I'm his only friend.
All right, I wanted to stop it right there because he goes on for a little longer, but WWE cuts it weird there. But I wanted to stop it at I'm his only friend. I think it's worded that way on purpose, as if, you know, they're being petty with each other. They're not talking to each other, but they're still, you know,
still boys.
They're still boys, of course. Like as it happens with all your friends, you know, you don't talk for a while, and because y'all mad at each other, and then all of a sudden you guys are cool again.
I do like how
and that was 2 episodes, by the way. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I do like how Jimmy's tone was a little switched up already.
Yeah.
At this point,
I don't know. I don't think they're gonna, you know, I don't think they're gonna make him what you think he is.
Like he already like expects what's gonna come. Like
right. I do love Wafizi to the Heezy though. He said, "You paying? You paying?" That was dope. You got anything, Vern? Or should I move on to
Nah, that's a goodie. You go ahead.
All right, we'll go to the 12/19 Monday Night Raw. Sami defeated AJ Styles with the help of Solo Sikoa. So Sami picking up a win. Sami didn't have a lot of singles matches or matches period during this whole time.
Yeah.
No.
And decided, and it's not decided, but still remains as relevant as possible, just with his voice, pretty much. 12/23 promo. Actually, that night, if I'm not mistaken, it was that night on the 16th where Roman said we're gonna smash him. Cena cut that promo and said, "Hey, in 2 weeks, I'll see you there." Right? And when that week,
that was
2 week build up.
Yeah, the 2 week build up. Yep.
For the pay-per-view card they put on.
Yeah.
I mean, we spoke about it. Again, we spoke about it before, so
Cena
it ain't nothing that
hot tag. That's it.
Hey, that's a veteran, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Bump card. Cena's been
Well,
protecting
is that a veteran or is that a movie star that can't get hurt?
Yes, because he's a veteran and knows I gotta limit my bumps, brother. That's why Cena's the GOAT. Vern, are you not gonna talk about it? We're talking about the GOAT.
Oh, I mean, if you want me to rant about how John Cena is the greatest thing
we're already 2 hours in
to go to. I mean, so that's what I'm saying. That's why I figured I was like, I'm not gonna rant about this. We all know how I feel about Cena. Cena's goody. Cena is what wrestling. He was what wrestling. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's that last solid generation. Go ahead.
Let's talk about Let's talk about it. What do you say? I missed it. What do you say?
Dude, Shay's over there doing word life psychonomics. Look at him.
Is he singing? Is he singing it and all that?
He's doing his hand pose and everything.
Let's go with him. Okay, so we got one more promo right before we get to Cena and Owens versus Roman and Sami. Sami takes firm control of this promo and does something that I'll point out later. I don't know if you guys ever caught. I think they've pointed it out, but whoa. We're not supposed to show that. What am I doing? Please. Sorry, it was still a still picture. Don't come for us.
Facts.
All right, so here we go. Sami Zayn unleashing on Kevin Owens on December 23rd, SmackDown edition. Here we go.
They love me. They love me. This city loves me. Everywhere I go, they actually love me. Every city we go to, you guys are there. It's Sami. And you would think that would put me on top of the world, but it doesn't. It doesn't, because there is a black cloud hanging over my head, and it's called Kevin Owens. Because last week, what should have been a huge week for me, was ruined by Kevin Owens. Not even by Kevin Owens, by Kevin Owens' existence. By the fact that his name has been tied to my name my entire career, and I can't get rid of him. And he wants to carry on and say he's done with me, but he's not done with the Bloodline. You don't have a problem with them. You have a problem with me. And then, of all things, you want to bring back John Cena? You want to bring back John Cena to try to upstage me, to upstage us, to try to steal the show? I got news for you. We are the show! Kevin, listen very closely. And John Cena, I don't know where the hell you've been, and I don't care, but I hope you're watching. We are going to destroy you. We are going to rip you apart. We are going to leave you mangled. Do you understand? Because you are trying to step to the Bloodline, and when that happens, you get smashed. So prepare next week to do what every other WWE superstar has done, and what this city is about to do, and that is to acknowledge the tribal chief.
All right. Well, that is a WA. Vernon, mute your mic. That is a WA to set up, which was the biggest match of the final show of the year, which was Cena and Owens taking on Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. Where'd that come from? Rones. Yeah, so where am I here? 12.
Passionate promo.
Very passionate promo.
Yeah.
You hear it in his voice.
Did you guys notice the little shoulder tap he gives Roman?
When he walks by him?
Yeah, on the way to the ropes.
Yep.
I honestly, until I saw the trial, I guess it didn't stick out to me until the trial, and I went, huh? And then when I watched it back, I went, damn, it really is just a quick.
Just a quick nudge. His camera doesn't really get it. The live camera doesn't really get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gives him a nudge on the way to the ropes as he's continuing to talk about Kevin Owens. Very good promo. I love the promo. What you guys think?
Fantastic.
All right, so where we at here? Vern is a fool. What's so funny, Vern?
Because it's like, of course it was great. We all just said it was good. Like, what do you think about it? I was gonna be like, hated it, rotten.
If you guys have more to elaborate, that's your chance to elaborate.
Promo. I haven't heard backyard promo this bad in forever. Freaking, I was waiting for him to be like to just say, because Stone Cold said so halfway through it. No, it was solid. It's good stuff.
So here we go.
Good stuff, pal.
Could have been better.
So Cena and Owens actually. MJF cut a better promo on the Wednesday edition of Dynamite.
More car crashes, please.
Actually, oh my, don't do that. Am I gonna have to duck that, Vern? Probably not. You didn't hear what he said.
Oh,
he said more. He said more CCs, please. To duck that, I ducked myself when I said something. I'm not saying it again.
Word, your sensitivity.
But, yeah, I'm cool. So Cena and Owens defeated Roman and Sami Zayn. I looked it up, guys. You want me to
shoot
your heads up? Do you guys remember the last time Roman Reigns lost?
I
bet Shay's got it already. Which Shay's got it already.
Baron Corbin. 2019.
You either looking it up or you're just a Wikipedia,
No.
I swear.
They said it recently on TV.
I was saying they said it recently on TV. That's
I was gonna say I couldn't tell you, but I looked it up. It's Roman's first loss since 2019 to Baron Corbin when they were doing the whole dog food gimmick. Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You're talking
Pack it back there with Suffer and Succotash, and just leave it back here. Just leave it back there. Okay. Don't even worry about it. Nobody cares about that Roman Reigns Corbin program. That Roman winded up winning. That Roman wound up winning their match in like 5 minutes at the pay-per-view. No, didn't that happen?
At the Rumble.
Yeah, at the Rumble. Didn't that happen?
He had a cool spot. I remember that. He speared him on the dugouts.
Oh god, yeah, that was
on the
cool.
batting cages. I think
that was that whole program was just a payoff for him to spear dude on the dugout. That was Edge's return Rumble, right? Right before COVID.
Oh, I was like, was this the COVID era?
Okay. January. It went to 2020.
King Corbin that lasted freaking 2 years too long.
Right. You know how I feel about Corbin. Probably the same way I feel about Damian Priest. Let's keep it moving. Okay. So we are now in the new year.
Feel about Roddy, about good talent? Why does he do this? Why does he do this?
I'm all set.
Oh, I was like, don't do this.
You thought I left it completely?
I was like, I don't know how to undo anything. I was like, we're done.
I just left the stream.
That's the show.
That'll do.
Good night, everybody.
All right, we're on the tail end here. We're in 2023 now.
Because I was like, I don't know how to run the show.
Sometimes I just gotta leave to keep you from saying some outlandish things like that. Sometimes I just gotta go. All right, so we're going to.
I'm sorry, what was outlandish?
So we're gonna go to the January 2nd and January 6th shows of that week. It was Raw and SmackDown. It's another 4 minutes. It's Roman cutting promos. So listen up, listen good, guys. We're going to hold on. If you want to take another break, Vernon, now's the time. If you got to take a pee-pee break, anybody that's not in the show, I mean, that is not listening. Let me say that. Go ahead and do it now. So if you got to pee, Shay, you got to pee, Vern. Do your thing.
I have excellent bladder control.
Yeah, that'll go away.
I had broken the seal, so that's why I was like, shoot, I did this to myself.
All right, so I think this is where Roman first confronts Sami about him wanting to be the head of the table, the tribal chief. Guys, ready? Ready?
Hey, big homie.
He lost. My shoulders weren't on the mat. Sami's shoulders were on the mat. So I didn't lose, so I don't really care about that, to be honest. We're moving forward from that, but what's confusing to me, this is where I cannot figure it out. Why'd you call your shot? Why'd you guarantee a win? Why'd you do that? I do that. I call my shot. The tribal chief calls his shot. And guess what? The tribal chief always delivers and there's never a problem. You see, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing when you call your shot. When you go out there and look at me, I'm like Babe Ruth, y'all. And then you fail to deliver. So that's what I just don't understand. I had to keep asking myself, you want to be the tribal chief? That's what I don't understand. Is that, why are you doing things like me? Are you trying to be like me? Do you want to do what I do? Do you think you can do things better than me? That's what No. Think about it, guys. In my position at the very top, you have to always be concerned and think about these things. You have to always keep eyes in the back of your head. And I just have to, why are you doing what the tribal chief does? Why do you think you can do it? And that's, do you want to be me? Do you want to be the tribal chief? Do you think you're me? Do you think you're me? Do you think you're me? Do you want to be me? Do you want to be the tribal chief? Do you want to run the bloodline?
As your tribal chief, I hold myself to a very high standard. At the end of the day,
I've got to control my anger. Nobody deserves to be spoken to like that. Nobody deserves that in front of the whole world. So no, I don't accept your apology because I should be the one apologizing. I'm sorry, Sami.
I mean, it's fine. You know, you're under a lot of pressure, right? Right? I mean, as the head of the table, I get it.
And I appreciate that, but it's no excuse. But I'm embarrassed to say, but he was right. KO was right. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at him, and I'm taking it out on you. And that's not right. It's not. But we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix that. The KO problem's done. It's done. We're gonna fix it. Isn't that right, wise man?
Your tribal chief is giving you the opportunity to redeem yourself. Because next week, live on SmackDown, one-on-one, Sami Zayn, the honorary Oos, versus Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Let's do it. Hey, we will take care. No. I will take care of him.
All right. Lot. That was about a 4 minutes, 2 minutes per promo. Let's break it down. First half promo. Shay, I'll go with you. What you think about that promo where he pretty much barked on him and let him have it?
I loved it because Roman he sounded so full of himself, like telling him like, call your shot this, call your shot that.
Tribal Chief does that. Yeah.
Which like makes you think it's like, did Roman think that he wasn't gonna win that match?
Right.
Like he's just
Why'd you call your shot?
He's just putting all the blame on Sami.
I think that was Roman's way of coping with losing.
Yep.
Oh, I don't care about that. I didn't get my shoulders pinned. He did, not me.
And how fast he was just like, yo,
I don't lose. Like, he lost. Like
right.
It was like the mind of a maniac outwork out loud.
Bam.
Right?
Yep.
The mind of a megalomaniac. You know what? I didn't suffer anything, actually.
Gaslighting everybody.
Yo, it was gaslighting in public.
Oh, yeah.
My man
absolutely.
was like, I didn't lose.
He
Y'all lost.
Well, yeah, that wasn't my
I'm
fault.
undefeated. This is amazing.
My shoulders were to the mat. I'm still the champion.
Bro.
It's smart.
It was just all levels of when you met, because when he flipped and he yelled at him, it was like,
oh,
Roman's turning this up to some other level right now. Your man was like,
because he never gets loud.
Right.
Yo, and he was barking and yelling at your man.
Chief. Now, okay.
And Sami's face of just,
I'm gonna try and get
pure
back
shock.
there.
Pure shock.
Yo, he had no idea. He looked like, talking about animals, he looked like the dog who wanted to hide under a table. He wanted to freaking bury himself in a hole.
Okay, so look at this shot. This is where he just starts barking on him. Look at hold on a second.
Paul Heyman, who's freaking over there like a walrus. Shout out to Paul.
I love how scared Paul Heyman acts of Roman.
Yes,
like,
he's terrified.
He's
terrified
never acted like that with Brock, which is so different.
Yeah, he's terrified of him, which is good on Paul. Because Paul could have just been Paul Heyman, the smug prick who always thinks he knows everything. It's not a guarantee. It's a spoiler, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Could have been that guy. But it wouldn't have worked, I think, with Roman. I feel like the fact that he's got fear of the tribal chief and he like low-key worships him as well, it gives a different layer. Gives a different layer of Paul Heyman.
He does low-key worship him.
He worships him, my tribal chief. That's I was watching the clip of when Brock put him through the table. And he's like, you want the belt? Here, you don't touch him. That's my tribal chief. And I'm like, bro, this dude's sticking up for him like it's his man. Like, what's going on or something?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very good. I agree. And here goes. Here's another shot right here. Y'all can look at Sami with the left hand up. Look at Jay. Look at Jay with his hand on Jimmy.
Yup.
Paul is like, oh my God. Like, right.
Like it's about to happen.
Right. Like, oh man. Okay. So Vern, tell me what you think about that other promo where he apologized for his actions. What did you think of that?
Again, gaslighting 101. After the bark, after all that, after Samuel's just, he gets him in the room and you're just like, oh, I was about to go down. It's about to go down.
Yep.
Yo, I'm sorry. My bad.
Abusive relationship at its best.
Yo, because he actually said the words. He was like, "It's my fault.
It's my fault."
Does he say I'm sorry, or does he just say it's my fault?
He said no. He said I should be the one apologizing.
He never says it. He never says it.
Yeah.
He never apologized. He says I should apologize, but he never apologizes.
He never goes, I'm Sammy. He never looks him in the eye and goes, Sammy, I'm sorry. Never does that.
That's the manipulation of it. Is like, I should be the one apologizing. You know what I'm saying? Babe. It's not your fault. It's my fault.
And you know, half the people in that crowd, like more than half, it's like, yo, that's me. Like,
yeah, they were
that's what I meant.
Cheering too. They were cheering when he said it. Like, yeah, you should be apologizing. I'm like,
yo,
he's working this poor guy.
It was like it's the outside third party going, leave him.
Yeah,
you're better than him. Leave him.
That's him. The black lady, the stereotypical black lady at the movie theater screaming at the screen, like, leave that man. Why are you?
This is where you notice why they hire all these Hollywood writers now. Like,
this is them at their finest, in my opinion.
Yeah,
this is them at their finest. They're
hitting that peak in terms of acting. They're hitting that peak sometimes. They could be hitting that peak moments.
But also I think this is definitely an influence of people who are in wrestling as well, where it's not just wrestling minds and then Hollywood minds, and they're not really meshing. This is more like, okay, well, what can we take and implement RW storytelling with pro wrestling? And fantastic. Let me ask you this.
Dímelo.
We're up to the trial of Sami Zayn. It's chopped up. It doesn't show the clips or anything like that. Do you still want me to play that? I mean, we've played everything else so far. Or should
honestly,
I just
the trial? I didn't think the trial. The trial was long. You could have done that trial and cut at least 5 to 7 minutes off. They went way too long.
They were about half an hour. If I were to do this,
apparently they went over too. So
yeah. Stuff had to get cut. So if I were to play it here, it's about 2 minutes and some change. Almost 3 minutes long. So they cut about 30 minutes into 3 minutes. That's crazy.
I would tell you, let's do that. Because I was like, because if you play the whole thing, I was like, because the whole
not the actual trial. No. I'm talking about how it's clipped on this YouTube video. It's only like 3 minutes, so I'll rock with it. So
rock, and lean with it.
Oh my God,
gentlemen of the jury, I beg of you to find this rat guilty as charged.
I had a whole defense all lined up, all laid out in my head. And, you know, the one thing I didn't count on is how I would actually feel when I came out here. And Paul, watching you, listening to you say all that right here, right to my face, after every time you've hugged me and it's schmooly this and I love you schmooly that, man, that hurts. So I guess what I'm saying is my defense is that I have no defense.
You got so much ego, you won't even fight for this. You won't even explain yourself. You don't care now, huh? You got so much ego that you can't even argue for this. It doesn't mean anything to you. I give you opportunity after opportunity. I let you in my family, and this is what you do. This is the respect you show me. And no, Solo! This man has took so many bullets for me, for you, for the whole bloodline. Man, my dog basically bulletproof. Hey, Sami Zayn, I love you like a brother, Oos. 100. So if you want Sami Zayn to stay in the bloodline, then throw your ones to the sky.
As your tribal chief and the head of the table, I find you, Sami Zayn, not guilty.
Jimmy Uso. All right, we are back. We are back. I love the little chat we were talking about in the chat, Vern. He said, I'm gonna just say what you said real quick. Besides those other parts, said Roman sounds like a cartel boss.
Yep, the mob boss, yo.
He's definitely a mob boss.
Yo,
Roman Soprano over here.
Yo, my man Roman was. We let you in the family.
Yeah,
this is what you treat us. And because I just seen Goodfellas the other day, I had been watching Goodfellas, so I was like, it had the major vibes. And then when he just went solo, it was just like Sicarios, the Sicarios, and it was just like it was done. Like he was just waiting for the hit.
Did Paul put up the his one up too when Jay said to put up the ones?
I don't know. Let me see.
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, because when
Solo and Paul both don't put their ones up. The Usos are the ones that put their ones up. That's the part that popped it because you get the unity of the Usos being
there it is. Good call.
That's the big money shot, is that the Usos are the ones who do it and the people go. But if you look
endorse.
That's what I'm saying. But you look at Solo's the hired gun, so Solo's like, I'll kill whatever.
Yeah,
and
he don't care.
Paul's
with the chief. Paul's with the chief.
Paul's with the chief. And that's what I'm saying. But yeah, it's a beautiful shot because again, you didn't know what was gonna happen, and they just
This is why it just makes more sense for KO and Sami versus the Usos. Like everything is like,
of course. Okay, so this is a part that I wanted to show. I wanted to show you guys again. Jay goes, "I love you like a brother, Oos." Look at Jimmy's face.
Very important line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at Jimmy. Because I like that you said that, Shay. It is a very important line because we are now 9 months into this story. And for the first 6-7 months, Jay wanted nothing to do with them.
Ever.
So Sami had to earn his trust. And he told him that I love you like a brother, Oos, and literally stopped him from getting hit. A mob hit, by what I mean by that. So pretty much sacrificed himself because of it.
Yep.
Just to save Sami, which is what Sami was doing for Jay the entire time. So again, just great storytelling.
And it's funny that Jimmy's the one that rocked with Sami originally.
Yes, and now look at Jimmy here. Jimmy's like, sheesh, I don't know. I'm not sure. When I don't know if you guys caught it. Did you hear Paul's reaction when he called for Solo?
Yes.
He's like, oh my God. Like,
I love
I'm about to witness some murder.
Yo, like I said, that's why it was the mob boss, because Roman went Solo. And
was like,
Paul,
oh God.
And Paul looked
the vizier. The advisor,
right?
Yeah.
The advisor who said, oh no, I can't see the violence. I have to turn my face. God. I can't see the violence.
It's crazy to think like this is the same Paul Heyman, ECW Paul Heyman. That has done all these things.
Face though, but Sami's face of resolution is the part that like really sold it to me. Is when Solo gets him back with the spike, Sami's face is just like
he's right,
neck up.
Do it.
He's like, ready. I'm good.
I got it.
Like,
I got it.
This is what it came to.
Boom. Let me move it here.
Yo, your man's like, if that's what it came to.
It's like I did everything I could.
Like gun to the back of his head, and he's just accepted his fate.
Yep. That he's ready to go.
It's this. I'm telling you, it's great storytelling. This is why we're 2 hours and 24 minutes into this conversation, and all we've talked about is literally one topic and that's been happening since last April. So again, as many times I can say it. Stellar job by the
Island of
WWE.
Irrelevance t-shirt though.
That one is good. I don't know. Do you think they're still selling it?
I hope so.
I mean, all the Bloodline shirts are probably going to be there for a
Yo,
while.
I hope they make them just all limited, and so we all are like, damn, we should have bought it when we had it.
I got a feeling Uzi shirt for Christmas. The wife got me one for Christmas. That's my only Bloodline shirt there. So I got that feeling Uzi one. So on that same night, by the way, guys, on Raw, that was Raw's 30, the trial of Sami Zayn. There's a tag match between the Usos and the Judgment Day. And Jimmy gets hurt doing a dive to the outside, I believe, onto Damian Priest, Shay's favorite wrestler. So Pierce comes down and pretty much implements the same thing he did with the Judgment Day during the Gauntlet. Yep. If he can't go, someone else needs to fill in. Sammy fills in for the injured Jimmy Uso. Now I love you like a brother turns into I need you as like a brother. And Sammy, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember the finish, but Sammy is the reason why they win that tag match. If I'm not mistaken,
yes.
Right? Okay. Sammy's the reason. So I want to jump now to the SmackDown of that same week, January 27th, where
I'm pretty sure they hit the 1D. So
they did. Thank you for that, sir. Shout out, Shay knows that they hit the one and done. Yep. Jay was the cutter. Right? Sammy was the cutter. Sammy was the cutter. Jay was the setup. Sammy was the cutter. I'm sorry. The Bubba.
And I thought what's funny, that was a good swerve as well, because I thought it was going to be
cutter. Sorry, go ahead.
That was a good swerve because I already, like, when they made the tag match, I'm like, oh, the obvious thing is Sammy's going to lose it for them, the tag titles.
Yeah, and you thought that's where they're going to split the belts.
Because there was just one title on the line.
Yep.
They made it a point to say it's just
every time you were like, okay, I figured it out.
The obvious thing is Sammy's going to lose it for them, right? After, like
say that. Yep. Say that one more time, Vern.
Lose the title.
Lose the title, right? Say it one more time from Vern.
Every time I said, I figured it out. I figured it out. I know.
I got it. I know what they're going to do. Oh, they're dropping the belts on Raw.
Me every single time successfully. I've said it.
I remember we were at practice and that's when we were watching because that was the Raw 30th episode.
That was the 30th episode, which was about a month ago now.
We were watching it at practice, and everybody there, like, we were just watching it. We were like, oh, they're gonna drop the belts. Like,
yeah. So that means you got a bunch of guys who are trained professional wrestlers at a training facility watching Raw and still believed they knew what was gonna happen, and they were wrong. W storytelling. That's all it is. All right, so guys, we're at the go home show of the Rumble. Not much happens here because I think they that show's already booked. Go home shows usually, I noticed in the Triple H era, go home shows feature the people that are not going to be used at the pay-per-view. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
No.
They use guys, the progressive story, but that go home SmackDown usually features people, especially the main event, people that are not going to be on that Rumble show. I don't know if you noticed that.
I did notice, like, especially like Gunther.
Yes.
His IC title matches are like the big matches.
The big
before
match
or after the
right.
pay-per-view.
So and that's them making those titles more
flexing them. Hey man, winner, right? Isn't the winner of one of the chambers get to fight for the US or the
it's for the title.
It's for the US title. The men's chamber. Okay. The men's chambers for the US title.
Imagine that, the winner of the chamber, you get the US, you don't get the world.
The US.
That's wild.
I like that though. What do you?
Yeah,
do
but
you
no,
like that?
but I'm saying absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It shows you where the belt is now.
Yeah, that's Raw's main title.
It's Raw's title.
Like it shows you that the belt became important again. It's not just like, oh, it's just a thing we put on people.
And we talked about it on the show a while back. How I look at it as like, oh, this is the Raw belt. Like how they got Raw Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion. This is like Raw Men's Champion, SmackDown Men's Champion. It's just called United States Intercontinental instead of slapping.
I mean, you could just say the women's or the TBS, but that's fine.
Actually,
can we go like half an hour without mentioning the dubs, milady? All right, so go home show. Sammy saves Solo Sikoa. What is that? Solo Sikoa during a match against Solo Sikoa against Kevin Owens. That was the only big thing that they had on there. I think he pulled him out before Kevin Owens could hit his swanton. No, I think it was Swanton. Yeah, I think he pulled him out from the ground. And then I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Solo can actually still wins that match. Let me just skip ahead to be sure. It's not a significant part of the story, but it was something they highlighted. So I just want to make sure.
Give Solo his flowers for
talk about him. Talk about him. We really haven't talked about Solo.
Like great since he's been called up. Like fitting, like coming straight from NXT and fitting right in, he's been there.
It was, but was it? Is it a no-brainer, guys? Is that a no-brainer? I mean, it's the little brother of the Usos. Is it a no-brainer, or is it like he's not ready yet?
It depends. I mean, promo-wise, he's not there yet.
Of course not. Doesn't need to be. So that's good.
I do like he differentiates himself from the Usos. Like,
okay, but wait. So are we all going to deny that he's undersized to be the heavy? He's not the most undersized heavy you've ever seen. He's like Pete Dunne.
He's a solid dude.
But I'm not saying he's not solid. But if the heavy of the group, the hitman to Roman Reigns is the short guy.
It's all about how you feel.
I get what you're saying, Vernon.
I know. I'm not saying it's bad. Like that's the only thing. That's the thing. I wish he was Jacob Fatu. I would love it if he like Jacob Fatu doing that role.
What Solo's doing?
Solo's doing.
How big's Fatu?
Cornette's been arguing that forever, so I'm not going to pretend like it's my original idea.
They seem like they're around the same size, like height wise.
So build, which I mean, like what they build him. Jacob Fatu is 6'1".
Build.
Solo Sikoa build is 6'2". Fun fact: what is Solo Sikoa's full name? What's his full name?
Sikoa.
It's Joseph.
Okay.
Yokozuna Fatu. I feel like somebody put that on Wikipedia and was joking around, but there's no way that's his real name. You think that's his real name? His real name's really Yokozuna?
You got me on that one.
Shout out to Solo for adopting Umaga's mannerisms.
It might
one
be
of my favorites.
Or keeping him alive.
Yeah.
Doing the Umaga. Yeah, I mean,
I never watched Umaga. I only have Umaga stuff from Japan. Great. I'm just gonna say that I actually have the best of Umaga from Japan. So
Royal Rumble 07, Umaga versus Cena, chef's kiss.
Last man standing. This is our guy right here, right?
Yeah.
He just started training, right?
Oh man, no. This is wrong way. This is Solo. Look at the name from 2018.
Dynasty.
Samoan Dynasty. Joseph.
Didn't his shoot son just recently get out of jail and say he's going to start training too?
I thought that was there goes Solo right here. Now it links to his other. I mean, hey, Joseph Yokozuna Fatu. Hey, it's a possibility. Just wanted to point that out to y'all. What was your question? I thought that was Jacob that just got out of jail recently. Before he started doing this MLW.
Another one.
I've seen another
one.
There's how many?
There's one who's like I thought he's like legitimately like Umaga's kid. Like he's like Umaga's like shoot son.
Umaga's son?
Yeah, Umaga's shoot son, excuse me. Umaga's real son. Like recently got out of jail, and while he was in jail, almost same story. He was saying he was in Daytop, and then he was like, all right, I'm out. I'm gonna go be a wrestler now. And he's training with I don't know. I want to say he's training at oh Lord.
I really
Alpha School. Is he training at Alpha School?
Probably is.
I can't believe that. And oh wow, I'm just keeping up with the comparison. Sorry guys. Sikoa and Fatu, 1 year apart difference. But I see what you go ahead, Shay, before
Zilla
I cut you.
Fatu, the youngest son of
Zilla.
Umaga. Yep, spent 6 years in prison.
How old is he?
I'm not sure. I'm checking right now.
Insane. So whoops, wrong shot.
He did 6 years.
Oh, I got rid of it. Whoops. Share screen.
22 years old.
Wow. So here's Jacob Fatu. I see what you're saying. Look wise. I see it. He fits the bill. Look wise,
his story.
Yes, of course, his story as well, because it's something you can easily go off of.
And you could buy that this dude right here would bite your nose off.
Right. Wait, are these the other ones right here? I'm looking.
Nah,
so many of them.
Nah, they got a new MLW has some new SST with Juicy Fatu and another guy. I can't think of his name.
Oh, okay. It's not that. I thought that was them there. Okay, dude. I'm
that might be. I'm sorry, that might be, but that's not. But I know the new dudes are Juicy Fatu and someone else, and it's not either of those guys.
I'm telling you, I see it because he's got the look, his face. He's got that like gruff look about him. That's not a good enough picture. Far away. But I see what you're talking about.
Age
Solo
15.
At 15, so he's 21.
Aggravated robbery.
So aggravated robbery means he used a weapon. That's what aggravated robbery means.
In Texas. So.
Oh man. Yeah, no. So Solo's got the look too, but I don't have Solo up. My bad. Hold on. Solo's got the look too. Let's not get it twisted. Solo's a tough looking guy. No.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
That's add to it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying if you put him and Jacob next to each other, I'm not walking away from Solo before I walk away from Jacob.
So you're not walking. You're running away from this guy.
I'm just saying if he tells me, "Yo, come up off that," I'm gonna have to be like,
anything else?
Yeah, no, don't worry about it.
If this guy said come up off that, you might have a long.
As I'm looking down, I'm coming to be like, so what do you mean? I feel like we're having a conversation before I'm coming off it. The other dude, I'm just gonna be like, all right, fair enough. Let me just pop it off for you. That's all.
Sir, would you like my wallet? It's got cash too. Here you go.
I didn't tell you about my wallet. Let me just tell you about that.
So we're here, guys. Royal Rumble.
Let's go.
I think we know what happens here. Main event time. Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. Yeah, this one is a good one. I stopped screen again. I'm terrible. Hold on. And boom and boom. Yes, sir. Here we go. Okay, so we've got Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has been ODing on. I want to make sure I get everything before the video starts. Okay, perfect. Because they started at a specific spot. Roman Reigns has been ODing on Kevin Owens the entire time. I mean, the throwing of his back into the steel steps twice.
Okay, did they need to do it 2 times? Did they do it twice?
They didn't need to do it one time, sir. One was too much. One got the point across. I'll say
that's what I'm saying. One got the point across,
and it was already too much. I'm not taking that bump. Shay, you taking that bump?
Nope.
I'm not taking that bump.
How did that's one of the ones where I'm like, okay, can I just show me how you did the magic on this one?
There is no magic.
There is none. One scared me.
It's
that one. That's
a Mick Foley bump, yo.
Yes. There's no.
Even Mick Foley probably wouldn't do that.
There's no bells and whistles to that bump. You can't. It's steps. It's your back. Lay as flat as you can.
It was a perfect spot to like. It just showed like what Roman was capable
of.
Correct.
Oh,
correct.
Man.
Oh. Because now think about it. At this point, we love the bloodline. They got Sami. We love these guys.
It legitimized Roman's a heel. Roman's not a good guy. You're gonna get behind. He's not somebody
who's like this guy.
He's not gonna be in on the joke with us. It's him like, yo, I was never down for y'all ever.
What made y'all think? Because remember, this is the same guy. This is the same Roman Reigns who said, because we got you a new one, threw him the shirt and he embraced them. And he was like, what in the world? And then kind of smiled and tapped him on the back. Like, okay. Now, when you see that and we're here now at the Rumble, do you think that was all like, I got him now? When he tapped him on the back with Roman? When Roman hugged Sami, like kind of gave him that embrace at take off the shirt.
I think they looked at Sami as like the jester.
The entire time, right? Like, who's this clown?
Yeah.
Right? Who's this clown? So I feel that's why I was saying when Sami and Roman embraced at take off the damn shirt who's promo, I feel like Roman was like, yeah, I got this sucker now. Like I've got
important part. Did we talk about the Usos costing Sami the match against Kevin Owens? Where
the DQ,
because that was important.
I skipped that. I skipped that. I'm sorry.
Sami look credible.
Like, I think that's when you guys started ranting about something else, and then
talk about it. Talk about it.
Yeah, it was the January 13th episode of SmackDown. Owens defeated Sami via DQ by the Bloodline. That's when you're talking about, right?
Yep, and Sami was getting ready to give him the haluva kick.
Yes, and then they just ran up in. Yep.
if Sami could beat Owens, but Owens was giving Roman so much like a big problem, that's where it kind of like it flipped.
Look at Shay here. Intricate storytelling, even with the wrestling. Okay, I see you. So I put
thank you, Dreamer.
Crazy wrestler brain.
So Shay, what are you eating now?
Oh God. You gotta Shay, when you ask questions like that, you gotta talk like this. And you answer every question.
Okay.
And you have to tell me that
all right. Is okay.
So I had some Chinese food that I left in my bag.
I did have Chinese food today before practice.
Before training? You didn't bump.
Oh no.
Okay.
No.
I was about to say, golly.
I haven't bumped at any practice. I be watching.
He's the vet. He's the veteran.
Thank you, Dreamer.
Where is he?
Thank you, Dreamer.
This guy? You hear this guy? Above your head. You hear this guy? So yeah, the January 13th episode, they put Owens through a table. And Sami the entire time after they jumped in, he was kind of like
disappointed,
taken aback. That was 10 days before the trial of Sami Zayn. So I apologize. I did skip that. That's my bad. But yes, that was a very important spot. I agree, Shay. Let's see. So here we are. So everything's going down in the match. It's getting towards the tail end, right? Where Roman has defeated him finally, right? And they then start to OD on Kevin Owens. I'm trying to. Wait, did we talk about this match? We kind of said let's not talk about it because we were going to talk about it here, right, Vern? If I'm not mistaken. I feel like we didn't cover Roman Reigns versus Owens really because we talked about the Rumble for like an hour.
So we didn't. And the match wasn't crazy either.
The match was a
normal match.
The match
they needed to get where they needed to go, right?
Yep. And when they got there, they get there in a hurry?
Yeah, they took us for a ride with the quickness. Absolutely.
Because the match didn't matter.
It did, and it's what happens at the end, which is why Brock goes out there and beats you in 3 minutes. Because he's like, why am I going to work this hard for 15 when we just need to get to the end? Let's just work 3 and get it going. You know, it's a Brock Lesnar logic. Hey, can't hate him for that. But yeah, they worked normal match. And then, hit those big high spots in the match. Roman defeats Owens as expected, but people didn't expect this. And some people said, oh, it was predictable. I saw it coming. You're lying.
You're a liar.
You're lying. Maybe right before it happened, you saw it, like the positioning. Okay, whatever. Mm-hmm. But you didn't see it coming at all. So
and like I love to remind folk. So are you also the person that gets pissed off when Iron Man won at the end of the movie? Did you get mad when Iron Man beat heel? Did you get mad when Iron Man beats the bad guy and Spider-Man keeps beating all the bad guys? And were you the kid who got pissed off at the end of cartoons when the good guy wins?
When the Power Rangers won every episode?
I was like,
were you pissed off?
Did you get mad at Did you turn off the channel at episode 2 and you said, what? They're gonna win again? Like I don't understand that logic. People say, oh, it's so obvious. Okay, and so when you walked into the Avengers movie, you didn't think they were going to win.
Yeah.
You walked in thinking you paid money to watch them lose.
Right. You sat for 2.5 hours to watch Iron Man lose. Yeah, that's not happening.
Same people that let's just say that don't complain about Bryan Danielson winning every match. That's not predictable though. Leading up to MJF.
No, not at all.
Oh, but because it tells a bigger story. All the bigger story matters there, but whatever.
Yep. Let's move on. So correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Help me out with this timeline of this portion of the match. Owens gets handcuffed to the ropes.
Double handcuffed.
Yep, double handcuffed.
Like he's in a cross position.
Shout out to Paul just having handcuffs with him in his pocket.
At any time, that's from the ECW days. He's had it since ECW. Shane Douglas gave it to him.
Reach in your pockets and pull out handcuffs.
Woo! Yeah. So he's double cuffed up like crucifix position, but he's like,
yep.
I think he's somewhat seated on the ropes or whatever. Not a
problem.
In the match, Roman asked Sami for a chair. Sami was reluctant to give it to him.
Yeah.
That's a very important part. Kind of waited for Kevin to get up. You can kind of see him like looking.
Like he was kind of milk it, like, oh, maybe I can.
Maybe I can milk it. Right.
Very movie-esque. This was that movie feel where it was like.
We were saying that when we were watching it.
Can I buy him some time? Like, what can I do to buy my boy some time to
because he fumbled looking for the chair.
Yes.
He went under the ring. He went over here.
It felt like he was deliberately just taking.
Yep.
stalling.
And Paul the whole time was like, "What are you doing? Like,
what are you
he's over
doing?"
there."
Right.
Yeah, and them yelling at him. Yeah, like, what do you just get the chair?
Right.
I'm trying. I got to get the right chair. I got to get the right chair.
Absolutely. And he buys that time for him, and it works towards. I think it works right to the finish from there, if I'm not mistaken. I think it goes right to the finish after that spot. Because Kevin tries to capitalize, and Roman does what Roman does. Tribal Chief, 1, 2, 3. We're out of here. Again, back to the handcuffs. Starting to just OD all over. And then we have Sami interrupt Roman from knocking him on the head with the chair. Right. That's what he was stopping.
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
How do we feel about the super kick? The super kicks being used as the firing squad moment, as the
Great.
Where they just continue over and over and over.
Yeah, how'd you feel about that? That was like the bludgeoning.
He was defenseless.
Go ahead, answer that shit. Go ahead.
He was defenseless. It was great. And Sami had to watch everything happen.
Everything happened in front of him, and he's watching his friend.
And he tolerated it. And he tolerated it for just for a little bit.
Yep. Yep.
Just enough. Sometimes you got to take a beating. God,
it wasn't too much yet.
Right. So,
and that does nuance the story. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So Sami tries to what's the word I want to use? Convince Roman to stop this barrage.
He's not worth it. You have him
right.
beat.
He's not worth it. You don't need to do this.
You beat him already. He's beneath you.
Beat him already. He's beneath. This is beneath you. You're taking care of the KO problem. Romans, you know what? You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. This is beneath me. Hands him the chair. I love the chair swing off the fist.
Yo.
The chair just swings and he goes, "You do it." And he just hands it right to him.
Oh.
All right. So here, let me just make sure where we are, because this is not a long. This is only like a minute left. Okay. So we're in a good spot. He might have said, I'm gonna say it, but I'll duck it anyway. Let's just duck it now. He might have said go back to doing jackass shit.
Yep.
Already. I just want to point that out. That was a very, very good line from Roman. Like, hey, for me, you wasn't doing nothing important. Go back to doing that then, if that's what you want to do. All right, let's get to it. Boom, boom. Here we go. Last clip we're gonna listen to.
He's crying in the back. I'm not wrong with you. What's wrong with you? This is my life. This is my whole life. You are with us whether you want to.
Okay.
Sami Zayn made his choice, and he's gonna pay.
Not a fan that they don't give us enough in that clip.
I love how blind Roman was to the fact that Sami was gonna hit him.
Confidence, cockiness.
Yep.
That's why I got him right where I want him. He wants to remain with us. He wants to be there.
He turned his back to him like what? Twice? He had his whole back to him.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, his whole back. Where am I? I'll just, before you guys elaborate, I just want to.
I do love. Okay.
Go ahead. Before you elaborate, this is one shot that I wanted to see. Paul, you can't see Jimmy, but Jimmy's on the ropes. Paul here. These two lock eyes immediately. Look at the shot we're getting here, right? I don't give a damn what the tribal chief say shot, right? Yep. Roman in between Sami and Jay. You see the shot they're creating for us, right? Let's move to the side here. I mean, it's really story. I've said it so many times. It's W storytelling. Storytelling at its finest. Like, I have no complaints from the storyline the entire time. So they just did an amazing job. So I want to show one more clip, one more picture.
I love Roman's kryptonite is a chair to the back.
It's only thing hurt Roman. Only thing hurt Roman.
This is kryptonite to the back.
All right, this is the other thing. The passion from this man after seeing what he just saw, right? What are you doing, man? That's my brother, man. It's like he shot his bro. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And look at Jimmy. Jimmy's like,
and Solo the whole time is to the left, unseen.
Yep. This is just
Solo was just sharpening the blade.
That's it.
That's the best part. Solo's sharpening the blade. Like, well, I guess I know what I got to do today.
Yep. Sami drops that chair, says, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry." So, first thing he says to Jay, "I'm sorry."
Doesn't even look at Jimmy.
We get this look. This. What do you look? Yeah, seriously, he never looks at him. And then it starts. Let's see if I can get it. No, I don't have enough in between time, I guess.
Bro, that was a jaw-dropping moment. I saw that and I went,
oh my God.
Wow, it was done to a T.
Do you notice what Jimmy tells Jay?
No,
after the super kick. After the super kick, he goes, "You think this is your brother?" And then that's when he jumps on him and starts raining down punches.
Oh, yeah. You're right. I remember now. You're saying that aloud. I'm remembering him saying that. Wow, yeah.
Shay Dreamer, crazy wrestler brain. I can't get that still. I'm trying to go precise tracker. Hey, easy now. I was trying to get the super kick, but it's fine.
Sami nips.
Big nip. Woo, brother.
Sami claps. He does the clap nip.
Does he? Done low?
Jeez. Yep, he does the clap nip.
Jeez, guys. But yeah, so from there, we've seen Sami twice, if I'm not mistaken, right? Sami came after Roman and said, "I want to challenge you at Elimination Chamber for your championship." He said, "I never wanted anything from you," right? Because Roman claimed, "What did you want to be me? You wanted this, that." Sami came and said, "I never wanted anything from you. Now I do. Now I want your long title name championship." I'm not going to try and remember all that again. "I want your long title name championship." And then the next time we see him, he makes the save for Jay. Am I right? On Raw?
No.
Jay wasn't make the save.
Jay didn't show up
till SmackDown, right?
Yeah.
So who do you make a save for? You got to remind me.
I don't think does he make a save?
He does.
Or does he attack Roman from behind again?
No, Jay and Sami. I could have sworn Jay and Sami have a conversation.
No, Jay wasn't on TV until last week.
Yeah, Jay wasn't on TV. Remember?
That's the week I'm talking about. The second time. And that
you're missing out. You're missing when you're missing
Raw. You're missing the Raw in between.
And the SmackDown. You're missing the SmackDown after because what is it?
Help me out. That's why I said help me out.
Well, who makes the challenge first for Montreal? Is it Roman?
Sami does. I could have sworn. No. Yeah.
Because then I think the next week is when Roman gets his heat back on Sami and says, "I'm going to do it in front of your whole family at Montreal."
Yeah, Roman cuts that scathing promo. You're right. Yeah.
No microphone. There's no mic promo.
Yeah,
the no mic promo. At the end. Yeah. Where they smash him with the chair. And Solo was going to smash him, and Roman stops Solo.
Now, was that the week after the Rumble, or was that the week or 2 weeks after?
No, that I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. You're talking right here. Bam. Oh, whoops. That's just less than 3 ways. Hold on. This right here. Boom. Right. This is a SmackDown.
Yeah.
This has to be the SmackDown after the first time because he doesn't do Raws unless he really needs to be there. This guy does not do Monday Night Raw. SmackDown is his show. So this has to be the week after. So thank you for correcting me. I try to remember, but we watch so much wrestling, it's tough. But so then it was this. It was the challenge. It's the get back. Isn't the following week?
Then it's the promo with Cody was this week.
Cody was this week. That was Monday. Then it was the following promo, the promo between Jay and Sami talking, right? And Paul goes to Jimmy and tells him, there's some things you don't see when you're at the building that you see at home. And they acknowledge it because I remember, I think you and I, Vern, were talking like, how are they just? Oh no, it's you and me, Shay. We were watching SmackDown, and we said, how are they just gonna not acknowledge the fact that a camera caught them talking to each other? And Roman's at home watching SmackDown, and he contacts Paul to let him know this is what he just saw. But they don't tell you that out loud. Paul just has those cryptic words of, hey, you don't always see what's going on when you're at the show. Sometimes you see things differently at home, and that's the tell, like, ooh, Roman saw that. There's something's gonna happen. So that's it. That's it for the Bloodline saga.
You seen what we saw.
Yeah, exactly. We went 3 hours. I just want y'all final takes.
Broadway.
Yeah, 3 hour Broadway. I wanna get your final takes on this entire storyline. Just
is it too much to say one of the best stories in like the last decade?
No, honest to God, I don't. I've been sitting here, right? You know me, I'm always trying to come up with like, okay, let me think of a better storyline than this.
Yeah.
That's been this engaging and honestly has made me go, wait, what? They found another way to get another angle out of it, to work another angle, to work another twist, another turn, to get me to want to reinvest in it. No, it's been a minute. You know what? Can I say?
Wow.
Remember when I joked about, is this our mega powers explode moment? Like maybe the mega powers is the last time I could think of a story that had like twists and turns and like subtle, like remember
this emotional.
Right. And the subtle turns of Hogan putting his hand behind Liz, and then right months later being like, right, Savage talking about it and pointing back to that and being like, I remember when you picked up Liz, don't think I didn't see you, Hogan. And it's like, who the heck would have? I was like, I guess I didn't think of looking at that, like the whole hand back. When Liz, remember, he brings Liz back and he holds her in his arms and he's walking with Liz and brings Liz back.
Like, leaves high and dry. Leaves them high and dry. Yep, I see the lust in your eyes, Hogan. Sorry,
the
Balea?
only
care about Liz.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna go on that tangent.
Did she fall or something?
Yeah, but I think that's the last time well, in my mind, right, in my throwback mind, my classic wrestling mind, that I can be like, wow, that was a story that had twists and turns, and it ended on a beautiful crescendo. Though I would argue that I think Hogan should have lost that Mania and not beat Macho Man to start the angle. Like, or right, whatever, but whatever. That's a different conversation. Anyway, but this right here. So I was watching this with non-wrestling folk, right? And like, it was the usual. You get the usual comments, and that's when I made the comparison of, hey, do you watch movies and get mad when the villain loses and the hero wins? And it was like, no. So I said, so then just watch it and just listen. And by the end of it, the person was like, right? Like my audience there of non-wrestling fans had their jaws on the ground going, well, what's going to happen? Where are they going to fight? And I was like, well, that'll be in a few weeks. Right? Because it's a story anyone can get. Right? All you have to explain, they're friends, they're best friends, and his best friend stabbed him in the back. And I think this is his final moment if he has to decide if he's going too deep or not. And like Shay said before, the fact that they went so far, and I just love the fact that it was like, I was asked about the super kicks, which I thought about it because it was super kicks, it was punches. It never got to the point where like, all right, his brain should be beaten in at this point, right? Like, we're gonna start keep hitting with a chair. We're gonna get 30 chair shots.
We're gonna exfoliate him, yeah.
Until you think like, okay, have brain damage at this point. Like, he shouldn't be alive anymore. Like, not even wrestling alive. Like, he should just be physically, clinically dead.
Yeah.
They have him hanging, and it's like, in 2023, what's the most horrendous thing you could do? I'm gonna hit him unprotected in the head with a steel chair.
Yep.
That's the thing that's
crazy.
That's the bridge
too far now.
Too far.
That's too far now.
That's my takeaway. Is that this made me realize an unprotected chair shot to the head was a bridge too far.
And that's all it took. With all the storytelling we've gone to.
But in terms of the storytelling, man, I could, that video for the hour-long video they put together, what was my complaint? There weren't enough deep cuts.
It wasn't enough.
I wanted more.
It wasn't enough. Yeah, we wanted more.
I wanted more deep cuts.
That could have went as long as we went tonight. It could have went 3 hours.
I want the unabridged edition.
I want
that's a whole DVD right there.
Give me the Snyder cut.
Shay, for my tape traders, where's the good helmet collection? Where's the good helmet put together? Good helmets, a tape trader. He puts together all the freaking ridiculous everything that you did. I have a 11 disc
NWO one like that.
Oh, I got the Warrior. I got the 76 disc NWO one.
Yeah.
I got. I got the daggone 11 disc Warrior. I just got a Twin Towers set.
Discs. It's
Come on,
crazy.
Man. Come on,
I remember
man.
we watched like the first 3 discs. You were like, okay.
This is because it was like, yo, this NWO. Is everything.
It was everything NWO done. Whoever that dude is,
How
much was that?
little piece of NWO.
I bought it off iOffer for like, I want to say $50. It was like 76. Again,
That's
I collected everything.
76 DVDs
wrestling.
is crazy. So
I love it though. All that long answer to say, man, give me more. I want more Roman. I want more Bloodline. If it's over this weekend, it was worth it.
It was worth it. Absolutely.
Shay, what do you feel about it? Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to answer this question real quick.
Same.
I think the only hold on, Shay. Hold on, Shay. Am I muted? Hold on. Hold up. I was gonna say, as far as like stories, nothing touches it. The only thing that comes close, and I'm thinking storyline wise, with a dominant champion for a very long time. Last person to do that was CM Punk, and his story was nowhere near that. Yep. Nowhere near that. 434 days, right, as champion, but the drama was behind the camera of him not being happy and all that other nonsense, but not with the way it's been narrated. His storyline was just, I'm a champion. Am I leaving? Am I not? I'm taking off. I'll be back in a month. Blah, blah, blah. Work this guy. Want to work Mania. I get Taker instead. I'm not the main event. It was a lot of like bickering you got from Punk, as opposed to just a damn good storyline on television. That's probably the as far as for a champion story. Other than that, you guys might be right. Well, what you guys are saying, Mega Powers. Before that, I mean, who ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Same family members.
Yeah, blood is still a part of the bloodline. It's the daddy of them 3 boys. But you're trying to think back too, are you, Vern? Especially you can't even go Attitude Era because everything was done in a month.
MJF turning on Wardlow.
Oh, okay.
Virgil turns on the $1 Million Man. Modern, maybe Shawn Michaels turning on JBL.
Oh. No. That storyline was whack.
I don't even remember that storyline.
Weak.
I don't even remember that storyline.
Shawn supposedly was broke, and JBL financially backed him, and Shawn had to do all JBL's bidding,
like a manservant. He became his. It was Virgil. It was the Virgil gimmick done in.
But Shawn in 2009 broke. Like,
why Shawn? That doesn't
broke
mean
out of nowhere. Just showed up when they broke.
Did they give you a reason why he's broke?
So
yes, it was like investments. It was.
Can I tell you? Did you know? I have said before. Remember we were talking offline about I used to dip in and out. That's one of the few shows I remember watching and just thinking, "What the hell is happening?"
I think I was out.
What have I missed? What have I missed in wrestling?
JBL limo ding ding ding.
Oh my god! 05 SmackDown, loved it.
Yeah, I never watched that stuff. I went to a live show or two then, but I didn't watch the programming every week. And thank God I didn't see that because I would have been like, what?
Word. Because Shay always put me on to something. He'll be like, go Google, we'll look up something on YouTube. And I'll just be like, how did this, like that thing, that Chavo gimmick, that something white gimmick?
Kerwin White?
Kerwin White.
All right.
Until I'd never heard of that. So Shay showed it to me. And I was like,
with Dolph Ziggler as his caddy?
Sheesh.
Yep.
Yikes. Yeah, go ahead, Shay. Go ahead with
Dr.
your take.
Shay,
I'm sorry.
Hit us with your take, man. Really, or you got the final take on this?
Vern took like everything I like to say about it.
But if you want to elaborate a little more, go ahead. Don't be afraid.
Nah, like I just love how like I'm just wondering like what's next now because like to me like if it's like Sami Zayn and KO versus the Usos,
yep,
that could main event night 1 of Mania by itself. The story's there.
With the story, true. Yeah, it's agreeable because it's that important of a story.
Yes,
you never know. Depending on what they do. Go ahead.
I feel like Roman is like closing chapter 1 of it, and then you still have the whole Jay backstory that still needs to be shut.
Yeah.
So Shay, WrestleMania night 2. What's the main event?
Cody Roman.
What's the outcome?
Cody over.
Cody finally gets to win the belt. His daddy didn't win at the Garden.
I think follow the bloodline.
The belt?
Then because now, like, if you still let's say like you still have this Jay, like you can still like, because you can always fall back to Jay versus Roman now, especially with all this backstory. After all of this,
does the bloodline implode?
The bloodline implodes.
That's just me thinking out loud. That's just like, you know what I mean?
Throwing stuff to the wall. No, of course.
Ready?
That's
the bloodline implodes.
I was hoping you did it in the TNA Cross the Line voice. TNA Wrestling Cross the Line.
Like, challenges, distress, suffering. All these things have happened, and yet when we consider what is about to go on in the ring,
solidified, and more
will
importantly,
know.
It solidified Sami and KO as main event players, like even more than they were before. Especially Sami.
Sammy got elevated in these last 9 months.
Could you say Sami was ready to cross the line?
Yep.
Way to cross the line. Love me some TNA. So I think that'll do it. So first, before we close the show, let's say bye to Shay. Appreciate you, Shay.
Yo, Shay. Shout
3
out
hours, Shay. First show. 3 hour Broadway.
Broadway.
Wow.
Yo, Shay, what's up, man?
Blown up.
Would you come back to argue out some Judgment Day with us?
Yes.
All right. Absolutely. So the next time we do a deep dive, maybe if we have another slow week, Vern, we just do a deep dive and see if Shay wants to get in on the action.
Yeah, man. That'd be
cool. I'll get my what's his name? Encarnacion. What's his name?
JP Encarnacion.
Okay, I'll get on that and get my research on. See, started with Edge and AJ. Man, that's another storyline from Mania. Wow. Because remember, we were talking about where are they going with Edge and AJ?
I'm just saying we may have to do
it's long-term storytelling.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we might have to do like maybe a pre-Mania pre-show or something.
Okay, so
I seen this comment somewhere, and I'm all for it. If Rhea and Dom. Rhea breaks up with Dom, and we get freaking emo Dom. Emo, no girlfriend anymore, Dom, yo. I'm all for it.
The most depressed, all black hair over the eye.
We're almost hitting peak Eddie Guerrero Dom.
We are.
Gringos Locos Dom.
We are.
His mullet's so juicy. I wanted to go full blown.
I read a comment about if that happens, Dom in the car with the Judgment Day heading to Raw. Dom hits the gas. I love their man. And the other two just
oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, hold on. Question before we go off the air. Are we still doing the bonus episode tonight? How long's the match?
Snap. Dang,
how long's the match?
Think of that. Shoot. Let me take a look. Wow, it's almost.
So while you do that, I'm gonna
go ahead. Do your thing.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna take you off the air for a bit. So if you got anything to say, anything you want to plug, go ahead, do your thing.
I love you all.
That's it.
Shay out.
Shay out. Like Mamba out over there. All right, peace out, Shay. Say peace, Vern.
Peace, Vern.
You're not supposed to say peace to him. Peace, Vern, to him.
Oh, my bad, peace, Shay. It's because I was talking and I was clearly looking at the other screen, so I wasn't even.
Okay, you just said peace, Vern. All right,
yeah, you just said peace, Vern. So I was like, peace, Vern.
This is the first time we went 3 hours in a long time, but this one was good.
It was.
I feel like the other times it's like we wind up going that long because we just go on crazy tangents. This one was like we stayed on topic. We strayed away, but we always came back.
You brought me back. You kept bringing me back when I was I was going wild. Yeah,
really in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. So is the music playing right now? Okay, so the music is playing. It's time to wrap it on up. Hey, by the way, did you see my Sabu finger when y'all was going Macho Man? Y'all was going Macho Man. And I went Sabu.
I seen you. Finger. Oh, okay. I seen you in the corner. I was like, okay.
Crooked finger Sabu. I didn't think y'all realized. I was like, wait, it's crooked finger. Homicidal, suicidal, genocidal Sabu. You know how it goes. All right. Let's get on out of here. Check the bonus though, man. I really want to watch that. So with all that being said, for my man pointing the wrong way. Oh, that's exposing the whole background. Vernon Somoza. Touch it. Wrong way. I am Frank Champ Dam. I am me. He is him. We are they. He's frozen right now on my screen. Say peace, Vern.
Peace, Vern.
All right, you're good. And we're out of here. Peace.